Mic check, 2, 1, 2, testing, mic check. What is going on? How to reset the mic while I was going live there. Apparently was not working, but I think it's working now. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday. Hope y'all had a wonderful weekend this past weekend. Doing some flying, doing some fishing, some flight simming, whatever it may be that you've been doing. But welcome back in. We are at the V1 HQ here in North Texas, and we are sitting on the ramp in my nemesis airplane, Chad. This airplane, if you've been around for any length of time, you know I have a love-hate relationship with the ATR-72. I want to love it. I want to love this airplane so much. Ended up rage quitting multiple times in this airplane before, then ended up learning it and then loving it, and then it just kind of went away because it wasn't working in 2024. Well, it is working in 2024 now. You can enable it via the premium pack, whatever that you have. It's in your marketplace. If you have the Aviators edition or whatever edition that it's in, you can enable it. Now, the one downside, the sounds. The sounds are okay. They're not the worst sounds I've heard. Now, the FT-Sim sound pack was amazing on this airplane. I looked back at some of my older videos when we were flying this bird with the FT-Sim sound pack in 2020, and it's way better than it is now. But it's still decent enough to where we can enjoy it and just mix it up. I'm getting kind of burned out on, not really burnt out, but just like, we need some new stuff. We need the big Fenix update. We need the 737s in 2024. We need the Fokker 70, Fokker 100. We need some new stuff to hit 2024 because it's progressing nicely. So I said, what's something we haven't flown in a really long time? ATR-72. So I like the way this airplane hand flies in 24. I do. I think it flies pretty similar to how it flew in 2020. I'm using the force feedback yoke, which makes it really enjoyable. But you gotta mentally prepare for the sluggishness. Basically pretend you're flying a 172 airliner when you get on board this thing. Now, it can be fun. It's unique enough, it's quirky enough that it is fun. Now, I did have one WASM crash when I first started to fly it, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. Other than that, it's been smooth sailing. So, Mike's music a little loud. Yeah, well, it's over now. So, yeah, Mike is up. We're ready to go. Andy B, what's up? Delta fan. Jack M's in the house. Zach Lewine is here. Good to see you, my man. Pete Ski's here. Chris Levin. 2 sausage dogs and a basset hound. What's going on, my man? T-Mac, Jeremy Harvey in the house. Going down to our Australia-New Zealand countdown music. Pretty sweet, wasn't it? Scott, what's up, man? Love the props. I love the props too, man. Joe Plains Tout Ray, how you doing, my friend? Welcome in. Mike McLaughlin, welcome in from the vertical cam over there. Good to see you as well. We do have both streams running. If you want to check out the cockpit cam and the flight tracker, that'll be on the second broadcast, which is in the pin message, optimized for mobile devices. So, excuse me. Coughing attack there. All right. It is real time, real weather. Good morning to all the Kiwis out there. It's, what is it, 6:30, 6:06 in the morning? Let's see here. It is real time, real weather. It is 7:06 a.m. Kiwi time. We are at the default Christchurch, New Zealand, and we're going to head over to Queenstown, and it's going to be very, very scenic. I will tell you that. This route of flight is extremely scenic. So as we walk around the airplane here, you can see it's a model. Is it the best model I've ever seen? No, but it's got props. I love props. I love turbo props, and I love that it's different. You know, it's very unique in how you operate. It's a very uniquely operated airplane. It's kind of like a mix between Airbus and, I don't know, Dash 8s and Embraer. I don't know. It's kind of its own thing, and it can be frustrating if you don't understand what you're supposed to be doing, because the airplane does have bugs, and sometimes you don't know if it's a bug or a user error. One thing that I have noticed in 2024 is that if you go into hotel mode, you may or may not be able to come out of hotel mode. So we're going to bypass hotel mode today for this stream, all right? I also missed the livery pack from 2020. We had a sweet American Executive Eagle passenger cabin with the beautiful cockpit textures and everything. I really miss those. I want the brown textures back. So there's like a payware cockpit for 2024 on the marketplace. I don't know what that's all about. I mean, it's just like microtransaction everybody to death here. So between that and the CSS, who knows what's going to happen to the future of flight sim. But anyway, we're up and ready to go. And I'm going to just get this plane booted up, and we'll get out of here. Actually, before we do that, let's come over to The aircraft options, let's go ahead and open the cargo door. We'll open the main door. We'll connect the ground DC power. Wheel chocks are already in place. You can see there the sun is coming up. Doors are open. So we've entered the aircraft. Let's turn the battery into the on position. It's going to kind of do its little audio spool up, spool down thing. So we'll go to the outside view here just for a second. U.S. Airways SOP 340 could be fun. You know what, Brad? There's an awesome U.S. Airways livery on the ATR-72. I did it. It was like one of my most fun streams, and nobody watched it, but I really loved it. We pretended to be Piedmont, or what was it? Dash 8? Oh, yeah, Piedmont. Either that or Air Wisconsin. We pretended to be one of those out there in Philly. We did a ATR-42 U.S. Airways ops. There's a livery for it on the F-Flights MTO, but I don't think any of those are compatible in 24. It's very unfortunate. Also, if anybody can figure out how, I don't think it's possible because it's a streamed aircraft. If anybody can figure out how to get FTSIM sound pack on this airplane in 24, please leave a comment below or DM me on Discord or something, because I would really enjoy flying this airplane more if we get that FTSIM sound pack back, because it really enhanced the whole simulation for me. Let's see. Hotel mode works 100% of the time if you press the oxide thrust set. Trust me, my man, I know how to do it. It wouldn't come out of feather. So my problem was I couldn't get the prop to come out of feather. It wouldn't unlock. So the engine, but here's the thing. The engine, I took off and flew the entire sector with one engine. Oh, you probably can't see it because I had the other cam up on the other stream. I was giving my air quotes. I flew the whole sector with one engine, apparently, because it wasn't rotating, even though it was. It's just not, it wouldn't come out of feather. And that's happened to me twice. So I think you have to, like, alter the procedure to have it come out of feather. And you also have to be in ground power mode, I believe, which I don't believe is realistic. I think you can go hotel mode without ground power. But when you go hotel mode with ground power, and then you disconnect ground power, there's a sequence there that is, if you don't do it the way the airplane wants it, it will be stuck in feather 50% of the time. So, at least in my experience. But here we go. Up to the top. Now, there is surprisingly a level of modeling on here, which is pretty nice. We'll do a little fault test, do the APU fire test like that. You can do the squib test. Boom, that looks good. Coming up here, not much on the overhead. We'll go ahead and test the low pressure lights on the fuel pumps. Good. We'll open the crossfeed valve. We'll make sure each pump can suffice both low pressure lights. Boom. Crossfeed back to close. Dome light, we'll put you on dim. Yeah, we'll put you on dim for right now. That's good. Standby campus storm is coming off. Fuel pumps are coming off for right now. They'll stay off. We'll go nav lights, logo lights. Seatbelts off. We'll arm the emergency exit lights. Leave the windshield heating. We'll leave the probe heating off. That all looks good. And we'll get the low pressure supply oxygen back on. So, does the ATR have APU or hotel? No, Mako, that's a great question. So if we do a second leg, I'll try it. I'll reset the sim. We'll do a second leg. But instead of an APU, you just run the second engine with the prop brake on. So what happens is a free-flowing turbine. So basically, the prop is locked, won't rotate, but you can start the engine. You can run electrics and pneumatics off of the engine. So it's essentially an APU with a propeller. And you have two of them. That's also why the airplane is pretty low performing, especially the 72, the little longer variant here. But that is the reason for hotel mode. It's actually very cool. It's a very cool setup because you see you see them roll in, the props on, and you hear the engine running with the props not spinning. So it's a pretty neat design, pretty clever. But I'm not gonna risk it for the first leg of the stream. So, all right, come on down here. Let's go ahead and get things initialized. Let's go init here. We're gonna do pause init. We're gonna take the last GPS. We'll do the sensor init. Beautiful. Return that. We'll go flight plan initialize. We'll go to the route page over here. Let's go ahead and go to flight plan import. That's us, Christchurch to Queenstown. So we're going to set flight plan. And allegedly that should load our box. Yes, it does. Beautiful. So let's see. We'll do our departure and arrivals in there. We plan for departing on a runway 02 on the Muck V1 Papa to Goopup. So we're going to go runway... Ooh, why is it different in the box? Nope, runway 2. Sorry, yeah, runway 2. Runway 2, we're good. Runway 02. And the Muk V1 Papa to Gooput. Execute. beautiful. We've got that there. I'm actually getting ahead of myself. I kind of like to clean up the ICAS. Let's go ahead and clean all that up. Beautiful. Let's go down to normal procedures, and we'll go ahead and start the FMS cockpit prep. Boom. All right. Let's go ahead and finish. I'm getting way ahead of myself. Excuse me, chat. I like to go ahead and set everything else up. I actually like the way that is set right there. But let's go to RMS. We'll put the RMS over here for right now. So let's go menu RMS 1. No auto ATC in New Zealand, so we'll just squawk 2000 on standby mode, and we'll also put in a 122.8 for Unicom on VHF1. Another thing I need to check is I need to make sure my vPilot is push to talk for... Come on, take it, take it, take it, take it. It won't take it. Okay, we'll just use that for right now. I might have to restart the IVEO Premium client. Alright. Okay, so 122.8, 2000 is set there. I guess we can continue on. So let's go to the rest of our flight plan and NIT. So we'll go to flight plan perf data. Perf initialize. Our cruise altitude, we filed 16,000 on my test sector. This one is calling for flight level 200. I think that's pretty aggressive. Let's put in... I tell you what, let's go to 16 first, and then we'll step up to 200 if need be. So 16,000 on the cruise. No alternate cruise altitude fuel flow. So this is how I've been loading the perf weight and balance. So I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to set fuel, set payload. And that should give us our ramp fuel 4.3 with a takeoff weight 43.3. So gross weight, 0 fuel 43.3. Fuel on board is 4.9. Now, I keep getting this fuel unbalanced ECAM. And let's step through the... Where is the fuel tanks on this beautiful thing? Fuel, 2780. So we got a 600 pound imbalance there. I'm not quite sure why it's doing that. But we'll just go ahead and, I guess, leave it as is. Because I don't know why it gives me that fuel imbalance. We'll bring you back to the perf page, and I'm just going to go ahead and cancel that out. Fat people to the starboard side. When you load in the EFB, it throws all the fuel in the right tank. Ah, is that what it does? All right, well... So could I reset it right here? Could I add more fuel? Could I just go 5,000? Will it balance me out? Fuel on board 4.9, no. So let me go to aircraft payload. This is something I've never done. You got to do it in the Microsoft 24 EFB. Nah, poppycock. We'll be fine. Let's see. If you go back to systems, it was just 700 pound imbalance. So I'm fine with a 700 pound imbalance. 2780, 2140. That's fine. We'll be fine. That's fine. We're already loaded up though. But see, that's I should just put... What was it? 4920. So we have accurate total numbers. 4920 fob right there. Okay, so that checks out. 43.3, gross weight 48.2. And you can see our gross weight is 48.2. We'll load that. Actually, no, I'm not going to load that because it's already loaded. You don't need to do it twice. All right. With that loaded up, let's go ahead and go to the next step. You see here, fuel flow is balanced. And that looks good. So now I'm going to go to... flight plan page, and we're going to bring up my perf takeoff data. And if we look here, 111, 114, go back to payload, takeoff trim 1.5. So I'll come over here and we'll set our takeoff trim to 1.5. Monitoring our trim. That's pretty up there. It's pretty far up there. I did notice an auto rotation, so let's knock it off too. Let's go 1.2. do 0.3 less. On my test sector, I had a slight auto rotation. So takeoff data, we're going to go ahead and confirm takeoff speeds now. Up 1.2, we've got the magenta caret. That looks beautiful. All right, so flight plan back here. And I guess we should load in the arrival. We didn't do that. So going into Queenstown, we're going to do the RNAV Janky. Let's take a look. Timu Pac-Man. Timu Pac-Man. All right, so this is my old flight plan, I guess. I guess I should load in the new one. Unload, we'll import the newest. Import from SimBrief. Beautiful. And going into Queenstown, I thought the wind was not favoring 5. 230 at 4. So they have us on the LRUV 5 Bravo. I want to go the other way, though. I want to do this approach. I want to land 5. But RNP Zulu 23... I mean, we could do the RNP Zulu 23. Should we do this one? Let's do the RNP Zulu 23 from Atkil. I guess we'll go straight in. I was planning on doing the one through the through the mountains and over the water. Do we do the water or do we do 2-3? I guess we'll do 2-3. So that's going to be the RNAV Zulu, runway 23, and the star LRUV 5 Bravo, LRU 5 Bravo. And we're taking off at keel. And that all looks good. At keel, execute. At keel, RNAV approach all the way in there. Beautiful. Okay. Do the RNAV F? No, we're not doing no RNAV F. We're not F'ing. We're professional ATR pilots by now, despite what chat thinks. All right. Let's go back to Christchurch charts, taxi charts 10-9. And we're going to blast off runway 1, we said, or 02, so it's going to be Alpha Taxi. The SID is the Mukov 1 Papa. We'll get rid of you. Off of runway 1, it's a climbing left turn. Looks like to Ovlom, at or above 2,000. Might be spicy. Might be spicy to meet that in the ATR, but we'll do our best. Climbing left turn to Icecon at max 210 knots. You tell you one thing right now, you do not have to worry about 210 knots there at Icecon. Let's see, ATC Cat B speed restriction, minimum of 150. Even the min speed is going to be tight, chat. But we're going to do it. We're going to give it the old college try on this one. We may have to throw it into ramp mode. But that is our taxi takeoff briefing. So that looks good. With that all completed, let's go ahead and put you back on the aircraft page. We'll close up the cargo and the main door. With cargo and main door closed, we're going to go ahead and get the engines up and running. So we'll get run. We'll go ahead and get the probes. Boom, boom, boom. Windshield heating will stay off. We'll clear the caution. Let's get the no devices seatbelt sign on as well. And let's put you back on the map. I'm going to bring you all the way in so you can help me taxi out to runway 02. Not to be confused with 20. All right, park brake is on. Just make sure my binding is on. All right, park brake altimeters. We'll do a magic barrel ref. We'll set our top altitude as 16,000. So I'm going to be setting this on my Honeycomb Bravo. Callie Simmer in the house. How you doing, Callie Simmer? Pro tip, don't forget the gust lock on a takeoff roll. I know a guy who did that once in Tahiti. All right, altimeters are set 29 or 83, 16,000 is set. Landing elevation 1100, that checks. FMS comm nav, we already set that up 22.8. I guess we'll just go ahead and turn it on right now. Altitude mode is on, squawking 2,000, beautiful. Fuel quantity, fuel on board, check 700 pound in balance, but we'll survive. Fuel engine use reset, it is. Memo panel, check. Power management is in TO, check. CDLs on, FMS and takeoff data, we've already confirmed it, check. Trims 3 axes, 1, 2, and 3 are set. Tail prop is on board. Doors are closed. Seatbelts and beacon light is coming on right now. Seatbelts, beacon is on. Doors are closed. Chocks installed. Wonderful. Before propeller rotation checklist complete. We'll clear these out. We'll go back to, oops. Procedure menu, normal. Leave you on before taxi, ready to go. So, cockpit to ground, you ready for engine start? Ground to cockpit, walk around complete, you're clear to start engines. Roger that. We're going to start them up. Number 2 first. Here we go. We're going to go start crank A, alpha. And we're going to make sure sim sounds are up to juice level confirmed. All right, here we go. Starting engine 2. Starter valve open. Wait for 10%. Oh yeah, we're power back in TV flight. Fuel on. Could be better transitions, but number 2 is in feather. Bring it out. Auto. Because it's at blue hour, there's a floodlight on. It would be, let's see, overhead. No, let's see, what floodlight is on? Storm light, that. Oh, it's the dome light, sorry. Dome light's coming off. There you go, vodka. Much better, right? Much better. We got a good start on number 2. Let's go ahead and go to start abort, off, disconnect ground power. Windshield heating is coming on. That all checks out. Let's go ahead and remove the chocks, disconnect ground power, and cockpit ground. We're going to go ahead and start engine number 1. We'll go crank B, starter valve open. You know what I mean about the sounds now, vodka? We need that FT Sim sound pack. Somebody please figure out how to get FT Sim working in 2024. Fuel on. Mic literally just fell off the stand. That's not good. Animations are kind of doo-doo from there. Actually, from all angles are kind of doo-doo. You think I'm stuttering. I'm not. It's just the animations are doo-doo. Oh, I didn't mean to start the chrono. Engine stabilized. Bring it up out of feather. All right, we got 2 good starts. That looks good. We'll go ahead and get the checklist after we power back from the gate. I'm going to go ahead and hide the yoke for right now. Let's go ahead and release the brake, release the emergency brake, and we'll go ahead and power on back. I don't believe that's accurate, getting all those faults like that. Prop brake is set, flaps takeoff. All right, flaps are takeoff set. Let's go ahead and run taxi light on. Come back down here. Let's go ahead and throw you back on the map page. We're going to 02. Before taxi, FWS. Recall. Cockpit communication hatch closed. CDL-12 auto anti-icing is off. TRU is on and checked. Anti-skid test performed. You click this button, ding, reset. Flaps 15 and indicating. Nose wheel steering is on. Procedure complete. Taxi checklist. Taxi takeoff lights on. Brakes checked. FGCP FMA checked. Let's go ahead and select. We are going to be Heading low, go around. We're going to arm nav. LNAV, go around, is armed. Set and check. Takeoff config. Brake is set. Takeoff config check. Complete. Procedure complete. Before takeoff checklist, above the line. We'll hold it there. Christchurch traffic, Air New Zealand 357 taxi, runway 02, Christchurch. Alright, I want to fix this ND a little bit here. I don't quite like this. Yeah, I'll leave it because it's going to mess with the other one here. I'm going to change it when we get to the runway. Alright, brakes are released. We need to come up here and make a left turn. One thing they did get right is the ground roll on these things. You don't need hardly any power. You see the gust lock is still installed. You just get a few little torques to move the props. That's all you need. We'll get rolling here. Yeah, where's Roscoe when you need him? Who knows, man? What I really miss about that FT sim pack is it's really got that high pitch like whine. There's a new green dot out? Nice. What's this one on about? What's the new green dot? Alright, moving out. We're going to go sell manual, so auto. Speeds are set to auto. GA 16 is blue. Flight directors are set. Takeoff briefing, climbing left turn. Gust lock, we'll stop there. We'll hold the checklist at the gust lock. Christchurch traffic, Air New Zealand 357, crossing runway. 13 at Fox. Air Canada 797. Ooh, which one was that? That doesn't ring a bell. Every time I see one of these planes, I hear Magnar saying, and happy landings. All right, we're cooking now. I'm excited. We need Lou Dix to come sit right stream? I know, man. So drop it into idle reverse. It's okay, but it's not the juice. It's not the juice. Oh, the DC-9 in-flight fire? I gotcha. Well, if you guys like seeing turboprop action, maybe you want to see more of it, make sure you hit the like button so I know to come back and do some more turboprop action. Benny, what's going on, my man? Good to see you, dude. Cam up here for y'all. You can see when I add power, I can't go past the gust lock. I don't know if that's as intended or... That way you don't have to ride the brakes, I don't know. I guess I could pull it off and just not move the thrust levers, but... Are you going to do shared cockpit? I don't know. Am I? Maybe in the future. There's like no good shared cockpit stuff though. That's the problem, man. There's like everything looks buggy. Flight Deck to Sim stream with the CSS. I watched it, man. I watched it. Yeah, I'm not going to spend the $5 subscription, especially since it's only on 2020. If it was on 2024, I would have tested it like the day it released. Just because you guys know I love classic airplanes too, so I would have loved to give it a test, but I'm not going to spend money on 2020, especially now since I reformatted and had to reinstall Windows. 2020 does not exist on my PC anymore. So, Thomas, maybe. Greetings. Welcome in, my man. Quincy Copio, what's going on? Welcome into the stream. FS24 need to fix official multiplayer so we can do some group flights. Everyone can walk around the airplanes together. Oh, I know. It works, Douglas. It works just fine. It's just you got to be on the same server and do an official like server join show player thing. But it does work. You can see other players walking around and stuff. Next Duke stream. I don't know, man. We might do it this week in the PM sometime. We're going to do it in the PM. I almost... Oh, this is a question. I was thinking about doing some career mode tonight. Now, my question is, it looks like you can fly the PC-12 on shorter missions. So I'm kind of excited about that. Excuse me. However, is the CJ-4 viable? Can we buy the CJ-4 and fly missions, or there's still no missions for the CJ-4? I would really like to fly the CJ-4 in career mode. I mean, we still have our PC-24 freighter. We could give that another look at, see what's going on with the PC-24. I'm not sure if it's a typo, but the Just Flight website, it lists the Bluebird 7.5 is going to be on 24 compatible. Well, they did say it's going to be compatible with 24, just not out of the gate. I think it's going to be a little while. I think it's going to be a little while before they get the 2024 compatibility. But yes, they did confirm that it will eventually be compatible for 24. Absolutely. +1 for career mode stream. We could get the Vision Jet up too. Who knows? I haven't even looked at my company since the last time we flew. I mean, I don't know how much money we have. I don't know what airplanes we have. Well, we're going to cross the whole shoreline here since they're not really this far back, I don't think. We're going to go up to the runway, then we'll do our checklist. The planes are dirty. They are, Andy. What's up, JJ? Oh, here we go. JJ's already trying to get me on Sim Update 3 beta. Been running Sim Update 3 beta for a week now. No issues. Loving the fixed hardware. Loving the fixed hardware controls are back. Oh, yeah. Not having to wait for 17 minutes every time you want to change a setting. Agreed. All right, let's go ahead and set the brake. Brakes are set. We're going to run through some checklists here. So let's go through our flow. We'll go ahead and get the gust lock off. With the gust lock off, I'm going to run a flight control check. That all looks good. I'm going to set my PFD and ND the way I like it. So I'm going to go back to ND and reformat you to there. And we'll zoom you in. All right, we'll zoom you out. Zoom you out one. That looks good. We'll get the bearing pointer 1 and 2 up. That looks good. We'll bring up the survey. We are transponder 1, altitude reporting 2,000. Comms up 22.8 and active. Beautiful. All right, takeoff briefing. Complete gust lock, remove flight controls, check transponder TCAS, auto. TRA boost function not required. Airflow is norm. Cabin crew advised engine bleeds as required. External lights. Lateral flight director bar, rudder cam center. Procedure is complete. So, lights are coming on. Let's go. Christchurch traffic, Air New Zealand 357, departing runway 02, Christchurch. All right. We'll switch the control cam over on the control page. Oh. There you go. Dale, what's going on, my man? Shame, I want more of the classic stuff in the sim. Hopefully it'll come around. I hope so. We'll see. It's going to need a couple updates, that's for sure. Default PC-12. Benny, default PC-12. NG. Actually, it's the PC-12 NGX in the career mode is what we have. All right. So, I'm going to reset our heading bug. Heading hold. Go around is set. Magic Barrel Ref is set. LNAV is armed. Y'all ready? Let's go. Yoga's in chat. Smash down the like button. Let's spool them up. Notch, notch. Here we go. Power set. Airspeed's live. Thrust set. Simulations. 100 knots, check. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Woo. Feel that fuel imbalance, chat. Feeling that fuel imbalance a little bit. Let's try to stay on our LNAV course here. I'm actually going to zoom you in a little bit more. And turning. There's a flap speed. Flaps coming up. I'm going to cycle. 160, we're going to meet that. I'm going to climb up now. I'm actually going to go ahead and select manual speed because we have a restriction here. I'm going to bug 160. We're going to get above 2,000. Oh, not a problem actually. Alright, let's go into climb thrust. Back to auto speed. We're above 160 and 2,000. Yaw dampers coming on. And landing lights off. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. What's that out there? What's that tower thing? Is that a glitch or is that really a New Zealand thing? Oh, my goodness. Stunning. Stunning view here. Resync the heading bug. Let's run through after takeoff checklist real quick. Landing gears up. Flaps up. Power management is in. Climb. Engine bleed is on. Taxi takeoff lights off. Altimeter set and check. Procedure complete. Look at that. I miss New Zealand. Alright, in the left turn, we're well above that restriction. I guess it just looked tighter on the chart. That's why I guess why it says not to scale. Spin my heading bug around. Actually, what am I doing? Heading sync. Push to sync and then spin it. Much better. Igon at above 21. We're looking good. Kind of missed that. Oh, we need to actually go IAS hold. IAS outcell is blue to 1.6. We're going to see if we can transfer fuel in this, because I can feel that fuel imbalance to the left. That's not good. I know the flight director is telling me to go left, but we're about to hit this waypoint here, so. John, what's going on, my man? Ooh, yeah. It's just, it's refreshing to fly something so different, to be honest with you. We're going to cut the corner on this waypoint here. There's nobody on the... There's no traffic around here. I'm going to do a little flyby. Matter of fact, I might even just redirect us here. Let's see if it auto-sequences. Hopefully we were close enough. If it doesn't auto-sequence, we'll redirect the box. Yeah, I don't think it's going to sequence properly. So that's all right. We will manually redirect us to Mukvo. There you go. DTO, Mukview, execute. We're LNAV IAS hold at 170. Now that looks much better. Now we got proper flight directors. See, the cruise sounds aren't that bad. Cruise, you know, I mean, we're not even in cruise yet, but climb out, like, these sounds aren't that terrible. It's just not, I remember, if you think these sounds are good, go back to like one of my last streams with the ATR and when we were using the FT Sim pack, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's got that extra bit of oomph. And we're trimmed out, but you see how it rolls slightly to the right? That's the fuel imbalance. Someone's going to need to get Lou Dixon on the horn here. Lewis Dixon. Lou Dix. Get him out on stream so he can tell me how to do a fuel transfer. Logo Lights, thanks for the 29 months of support, my man. Appreciate you. Says refreshing change of pace and content. Appreciate it. Thanks, Logo Lights. I'm glad you like it, man, because that's where I'm at. I want to change. I want to mix it up. We're flying a big 172 now, you know? We're just flying a big 172. And it's fun. It's fun in a different way. Can show you your honey hole on that lake. Really? Isn't that the ocean? JJ, thanks for the $5 super chat, my man. Can we do a blimp stream? Talk about flying something different. Oh, good night. No. You know what? We've never done a blimp stream. And we do have the blimp available. There's 10,000 feet. We'll go ahead and get the logo lights, wing lights, and taxi lights off. Ready to make the turn here. Thank you, JJ, for the $5 super chat. I've never even loaded into it, to be honest with you, but it actually would be kind of funny to load in. I kind of want to just load in. Like, what does the blimp control look like? You know? CRJ is next, says Benny. I don't know, Benny. The CRJ... I don't know why, man. I'll be honest with you. I have more fun flying this airplane than the CRJ. And I think it's just a personal preference. I just don't... There's something about the CRJ that lacks for me. Now, the sounds with Boris Audio Works is where it's at. That makes a huge difference. But I would wager that this airplane is even more simulated than the CRJ. And that's not saying much. But I also, you know, I don't have an affection to the CRJ. I think some of y'all do. I just, CRJ, Cloudbound, welcome to Private Pilot. Joining the channel, my friend. Thank you so much. Exclamation point, welcome for your new perks here. Wait for V3 update. Flight dynamics will be vastly improved. Yeah. We'll see. All right, let's turn on our noise-canceling headphones. Noise-canceling headphones are on low mode for right now. As soon as we join up here, get all nice and centered, I'm going to attempt to engage the autopilot. I hope it will counteract... Actually, you know what? I need a little right wing down aileron trim to counteract the fuel imbalance. All right, that's about as level as she's going to get. That's a bug. It gives you the autopilot disengaged sound, but the autopilot is engaged. You can see here we're LNAV, AP, FD engaged. Man, do we need to turn the weather radar on? Let's go ahead and turn you on. The weather radar does work. All right, we're doing 170 on the climb out. I think we can make it to 20. Let's go ahead and scroll up flight level 200. You can see my TOC is moving there on the ND as we scroll it up. All right, flight level 200 is set. We're in climb thrust, 172 on the speed. Takeoff checklists are completed. Go back to the full screen cam for the mainstream watchers. Everyone else can continue to watch the cockpit cam on the second broadcast. I've got a phone call. Let me see who's calling me. Anybody important? Captain Sim, thank you for the $2 super chat, man. I wonder how much fun you'd have in fishing sim. Well, when we do our Berry Seal logistics in the evening, we've been looking for fishing spots. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for the $2 super chat, man. I used to play a fishing sim, but I just wanted to test it out. I forget what it was. It was on Steam. All right, normal procedures. We did everything, right? Yeah. After takeoff checklist, 2 engines, gear flaps, engine bleed. We did all those. Set and check. Procedure complete. All right. Beautiful. Do you think about streaming DCS? No, man, I haven't. I've fallen out of DCS. It's been so long. I love DCS. It's a great sim. But it got stale for me, man. Like, when the open conflict server went away, it kind of ended the fun for me. How close are you to the Addison area? Had an overnight there and had top 3 pancakes I've ever had at a place in that area. Where'd you go for pancakes, Jonah? I need to know. I'll take my kids there. I'm not too close to Addison though, man. I'm North Texas. The other problem with streaming DCS, Benny, is the interaction. Like that sim requires your attention 100% of the time, all the time, because you're going to get shot down and also you're in a combat environment. So it makes it a little extra challenging to stream. I appreciate the Blue Game streams though he does from the Apaches and stuff. I do like watching it. How'd you get the ATR-24? I don't have it. Cryon. So if you have purchased the, is it the Aviator pack on Microsoft 24? You go to your marketplace and just type in, not in your marketplace. So, well, you go to marketplace, then you go to Content Manager. And then at the search bar, all you got to do is just type ATR, and you'll see, if you have it, you'll see it'll either say Aviators Edition or Premium, Deluxe, or whatever edition you have, if you have it, and it'll say ATR. And you click that and you enable it. And if you enable it, then you'll have it. It's still streamed. You still can't download it. And I think that might be the reason why we can't get the FT Sim to work on it. Miss V1 in the house. What's going on? How you doing? I like pancakes too. ATR has autopilot disconnect on engage IRL. No, it's meant to alert pilots so they don't get surprised at movements they don't make. Really? Now that, I've never heard of that. Some ATR driver let me know if that's legit or not. It has the autopilot disengage sound when you engage it. I feel like that's counterintuitive. Oh, we're getting a sunrise here though. Look at this. If I can get this to work, it may replace my TBM flights. Douglas, like I said, do you have the premium edition or anything like that of 24? Waffles, French toast. If I'm not making it, I like it. No, I tell you where the best French toast is if you're in the Texas area. You need to go to, well, actually in the North Texas area. Old West Cafe. Old West Cafe in Denton. And get the Trail Boss French toasts. You will not be disappointed. There's 18,000 feet. We'll go ahead and hit Magic Barrel Ref. Actually, I think it's, what is it in New Zealand, 18.5? We got a disco in there. We got to clean that out. Let's go ahead and come down here, clear the disco. We'll execute that, link everybody up. I don't know. When did Miss V1 get green? Maple Leaf Diner, says Andre. Miss V1, we got to go to the Maple Leaf Diner then. That sounds interesting. I'd be down. You went to Allen High School? Nice, Mick. Did you know Miss V1 used to fly helicopters in Sedona, actually? Wow, look at that. I don't know which view is better, watching the sun come up like this or kind of watching the sky colors right there. That is incredible. That is an incredible sky color. Does your dome light do the weird flash when you turn on? Yes, it does, Bach, yeah. But then if you turn it off, it's fine. Make a trip to Micro Center too? Andre, I might. I'm getting ready to build a 5090 rig. I'm getting tired of it. Now, I have a question. Maybe the more technologically advanced. Can I run an Intel rig with an NVIDIA card and then have a streaming PC be all AMD? Would there be any conflict? Hypothetically, if I turned my AMD rig into my just a dedicated stream PC and then had another PC for the streaming that was all green, no conflict? Okay, I might end up doing that. Is the Old West Cafe in the old Black Eyed Pea location? I think I went past that a month ago. Black Eyed Pea? That sounds familiar. Yeah, I think it is. It's Kyle, because they moved there a couple of years ago. They used to be further up in Denton, but now they're right off Highway 35. It's amazing. It's old. So what you need to do, you need to get the Trail Boss and, the Vigilante. So you get your eggs, hash browns, get the ham. Don't get the bacon, get the ham. It's better. And then it comes with French toast, but you have to select which French toast you want. And this is the crucial part. You need to get the Trail Boss French toast. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. All right, we're going to go manual speed target. We're going to run it up, see how fast we can get her to speed up. We're alt star, barely making it to 20,000 feet. Welcome to ATR flying. A lot of bugs with the ATR that needs smoothing. Chases the magenta line too much. Left tank doesn't refuel. Constant light in the cockpit at night, even when cold and dark. Rough aircraft. Yeah, Bach, it's been rough since the get-go, my man. It's been rough since the get-go. Even on 2020. But I still enjoy it. I mean, it's unique enough that I still really enjoy the airplane. Who's that? AJ Funari. Thank you for the $3 super chat, man. There's a big conflict. Your wallet and Miss V1. That is true. That's true. All right, let's bring up the cruise map over here. Oh, I like that. I like that. Let me move this camera just a little bit. There you go. Now you can see where we're going. Man, I like that. I like that flight cat tracker cam. Rail Cowgirl, what's going on? Did I miss you? Yeah, what's up? You're on the vertical stream. Good afternoon. How you doing? Just watched a few cockpit videos on the ATR. No chime on autopilot engage. Rusty, confirmed. Thank you, man. I kind of suspected that. I have someone say, why would you have a disengage sound on engage? That seems like a bad idea. Oh, I left the starter on the whole flight. All right, starter off. Seatbelt signs are off. You're now free to move about the cabin. You're now free to get your cell phones out, take videos, and make shorts videos here. Turn down my sim a little bit more here. Or is it quiet enough? You guys want it quieter? That's one thing with turboprops when you fly them. Sometimes that droning gets a little bit loud. I did 6 flights with Air Lingus. It's like a breath of fresh air from the mainline airliners. Agreed, Bach. Yeah, and that's to me, man. That's why I'm really enjoying it. What is with the vertical stream? I saw a lot of people doing it. Benny. Well, twofold. One, for those that wanted a flight tracker, and everyone comes in and says, where are we going, where are we going? I have that second stream so you could check in on mobile. Like if maybe you watch the takeoff on TV or whatever, and then you want to see where we are. If you check in on the mobile optimized one, you see where we're going, where we're at. Also, it's just good for the YouTube algorithm because it throws you into the shorts algorithm as well. So it's twofold. Sim sounds are a little bit loud. I think they are a little bit loud for me too. I'm going to turn it down even more. There we go. That's a sweet shot though. I can't hear the phrase starter off without hearing the Dutch flight engineer from the Felis. I know. Engine stabilized. Positive rate. I really enjoyed the Felis 7.4. We're gonna have to get back into it here. Been to 407 barbecue? No, I haven't heard of 407 barbecue, T-Mac. V1 flying the ATR, thought I'd never see it. Well, you see it now. Real Cowgirl, I'm doing well. Just mixing it up, you know? We're just mixing it up. Enough tube liner flying. Time to get into something different. Something refreshing. We might even do a stream tomorrow with it. We'll see. Are you still in flight training? Weren't you in flight training? I forget. It looks like real life right here. Very nice scenery and atmosphere. Swim and climb. You said it, not me. I agree. I also think real life is like this right here. Look at this shot. Like that. I mean, that's real life. When the sun is coming up behind you and you get all these colors on the horizon line, that's amazing. Canadians in the house. What's going on, man? Real Cowgirl, you're planning a cross country right now? Sweet. 380 for a spin. You know what? We haven't flown that in a while. We might have to check that out soon. We'll see. ATR Popper in South Florida, Silver. Yeah, we might do some Silver Ops next, too. Who knows? Swim Incline, yes, it is. We might do 727 tomorrow. We might do 2 tomorrow. We might do ATR and 727 tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, I really enjoy the 727 and 24. I've been messing around setting up 2024 this week, and the visuals are so good, I think I'm done with 2020 now. T-Sizzle, welcome to the dark side, or the better side. Is Silver? What happened to Silver, though? Because didn't they have, like, they announced that they were doing bankruptcy or selling off some stuff? I mean, they're in a tough spot right now, too. Kind of a sketchy situation. There's a lot of airlines that are hurting right now. Tyson, we did the Executive Eagle Ops out of San Juan. We did a couple of those. When I had the ATR Obsession a couple of years ago, oh yeah, we had the liveries, we had the sound pack. It was amazing. We might do Mexicana from, yeah, we should go to Honduras. We might do a Mexicana 727 from Mexico City to Honduras. How long is that? That might be a good one. Is it cinnamon French toast? Jeremy, it kind of tastes like it, but it's not. It's like a secret thing. I don't know what they do. Douglas Phillips, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, checking in from the Vertical Live with the cockpit cam, with the tracker. What's going on, buddy? Some dev also released a bundle of Caribbean airports around that time, too. Yep, we had them all. I still talk to them. There's a couple of them. There's V-Pilot Designs, and then there's... my gosh, I'm drawing a blank, but he sent me a DM. They said he's actually getting ready for his San Juan for 2024. So we will, as soon as I get hands on the San Juan for 2024, I think it might be Executive Eagles. Might be Executive Eagle time, you're right. Barry Seal is okay, D-Doom. He's okay. Matter of fact, we might bust out the old Barry Seal tonight, but not on the Tour de Americas. He might be going back to his own business tonight at BS Logistics. If you know about BS Logistics, send me some Alpha 7 Zulu Zulus. Moment of silence, please. Can we get a moment of silence for Alpha Zulu 77, please? Thank you. Do you prefer bacon or sausage links? Neither. I prefer ham. I go for the ham. Dale says, I don't understand all the hate about global airlines. I, for one, hope they do well. Just a tough finish. What do you mean global airlines? Oh, you mean like a one airline for the whole world? Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it sounds good at face value, but I think the more you get into it, the worse it appears or gets. Never forget Alpha 7 Zulu Zulu. VFD's in the house. What's going on, Virtual Flight Diaries? How you doing, man? There's the ocean off that side. Man, look at that terrain out there. This is how, if you fly New Zealand in a jet, you're doing it wrong. I mean, you have to fly all over New Zealand in the ATR. You mean Western Global? Oh, there's a new airline in the UK called Global Airlines. Oh, I don't know. Dude, I don't follow UK aviation at all. I don't follow European aviation. I don't follow any aviation outside of the one that affects me. I thought he meant like a global airline for everybody. They charter 380s? Interesting. Best flying I did in the sim was Kodiak, New Zealand. Steven, who remembers the King Air 350 Black Square? We were flying around New Zealand on the children's one. That was epic. All right, we'll throw it into cruise. 195 indicated. That's all she's got, chat. We're doing a ground speed of 239. I wasn't going to bust out the tunes, but we might have to throw some tunes on. We might have to throw some tunes on for this cruise because it might take longer than anticipated. All right, we're back. Basically skiing down the slope into Milford Sound. I know. That was epic. We should, hold on. Let me see if I can't, I don't know if I can pull that up. Let's see. I have to, I guess if now, what better time than now to start doing this. Hopefully I don't crash the sim with a Google crash. Let's see. Let me find that. We gotta watch that. I should turn that into a shorts. We're gonna be boomers when we land. Yeah, that's for sure, man. At this rate. Wow, when was that stream? That was a while ago. Man, I lost my favorite picture ever. My Texas Duke in the hangar as my desktop background. I lost it when I reinstalled Windows. It's so sad. MD11 ops, PC12 ops. Man, we do a lot of streams, chat. MD11. Was that a year ago? I was already back in Texas? Wow. E190. That's what we need to fly again. We're 35. Okay, we're getting close now. SWS PC12. There it is. All right. One of the most epic approaches I've ever done in a King Air. Let's go ahead and stabilize here. Is NZMC, is that Milford Sound? Yeah, NZMC, right? Check this out. Oh, that's Mount Cook. NZMF. Is this it? No, this was going back. Where's NZMF? I don't, maybe we didn't do Milford Sound. When did we do Milford Sound? I know we did. This was taken off at a Queenstown. Oh, here, this might be it right here. Yeah, this is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. Watch this approach. Hold on, I'm gonna turn my sim down. This was a really fun stream. It's so amazing. It's so worth it. All right, now we're gonna roll it in. I'm gonna bring that power out. I'm gonna go ahead and extend the gear now, because we're high. She's down there. Let's go flaps approach. I'm sorry, flaps. Look at that flaps approach angle. Now let's go ahead and get that forward slip in. So this was before I streamed in 2K. Aileron. We have to forward slip it all the way down. We're slipping down the valley. Oh my goodness, we are slipping. Can you make a playlist of all our green dot IFEs? I should have from the beginning, Jeremy. I haven't, and it's going to be way too hard to go back and find them all. I mean, basically, if it's a long haul, it's there. I want to put them all together. Yeah, these frames in 2020. I watch 2020 streams now, and the perf looks way worse than 2024. Look at that forward slip. That was before the Bruner. I got the old school Thrustmaster yoke there. Forward slip here. Yeah, this is before the Bruner. When my flight instructor taught me forward slips, I was hooked. Yeah. Ah, Douglas, welcome to the main chat.
Lots of career-ending granite, that's for dang sure.
Diabetic lad, me too, man. My 2024 performance, way better.
Nice and easy.
Man, I missed that King Air. Look at that black square King
idle,
Air.
so we have more reverse. Now let's go ahead and stabilize here. We're right on it. We're going to roll out through around this corner here, and it's going to be a short plop down to 2.9.
That's a 350 King Air, too. That's not, I mean, man, that was sweet. You would come in high so you could do the slip? Yeah.
There she is.
It's fun. Forward slips are fun.
She'll be coming in around the valley.
Sucks that you missed takeoff, but I got my bourbon. I'm here for the landing. What's up, Bearded Aviator? Welcome in, man.
Now we're actually gonna slow up this one here. We're gonna be nice and slow on this.
You're not gonna miss much because the landing's gonna be pretty sweet going into Queenstown.
500.
There's the TAWs going off. It was funner. Funner is not a word, Vodka. Coming in from the other side in the fog and snow. Oh man, listen to the sound. Like, see, even the sounds on that way better.
We're looking good. That's where we're gonna drop her down right here.
It's a short runway.
Drop her
Can we get the ATR in there? 248 feet per minute is what that said.
Full reverse and high idle works like a boss.
That's awesome. That was a sweet stream. That was a cool approach. Then we took off out of there.
You're the man. All right, here we go. Spooling them up. We're going to do static on this.
I think we got iced up.
ATR.
And flew it all the way back. Nice. All right, let's check in how we're doing. Sun is rising. We should probably think about our descent here. Are above 15,000. Well, we never hit. Oh, yeah, so out. So now sometimes this starts. Why does it chase the altitude? Do you see that? So we're in alt. Does that happen to anybody else when you roll the altitude knob? It changes your pitch, or it changes the actual altitude of the airplane when it's not supposed to. We got to do some mental math. Let's say pop 15,000. We're at 20, 5, 10, 15. 15 miles out. We're at 40, so we're a little ways to go. Yeah, so we only need to go 5, 10, 15,000. 15 miles we can start down at or above. All right. How's ATR doing for you? I'm thinking of picking up. I want to learn, try out some turboprop as well. Aviomare, it's very hit and miss. All right. Or hit or miss. Like, some things are good. It's got its bugs. So it's got its issues. However, none of the issues are potentially game breaking. There's just a few things every now and then that are annoying, especially if you try to boot in cold and dark. You have the dome lights on and stuff. The lights flicker. The altitude thing that we just saw right there, that's another bug. The autopilot disengage sound at the engagement of the autopilot is a bug. So little things like that are issues. But even with all that said, it's still so different to fly that I really enjoy it. So that's kind of why I'm excited to stream it, because it's just very different. It's really like flying a 172 airliner. I mean, like, you can't even say it. It's so forgiving and so lumbering that it's like a big old 172. VNAV engaging at TOD is a little bit finicky. Yeah, I haven't even been messing with the TOD, or with the with the VNAV. I've just been kind of setting my own speed hold and bringing the power back, vertical speed and stuff. How detailed do you think the ATR is? It's more than the CRJ, but less than the Fenix. It's probably CSS level. It's comparable to the CSS 737, I would say, and I don't even have that. But just after seeing Flight Deck to Sim fly that this morning, I would say that that's kind of what it's comparable to. But it doesn't mean I don't like flying it, because it is fun. If we could just get FT Sim, one of you really smart people out there, figure out how we can get FT Sim sound pack on this airplane. That really changed it for me in 2020 when we could bring that FT Sim pack in. Paxman, you could try to get the ATR in there, but it doesn't have the performance. I don't know. I don't know if we'd be able to get out, Paxman. You're right. We could try the 42 super light. But I'm with you. I don't know if we'll have the perf to get out. All right. I'm surprised. Where's our New Zealand guy? The Menace. Where's he been? I haven't seen him in a while. Alright, it says 20 miles. So I'm going to try... Well, I guess we should... Let's bring up our charts. Let's go Queenstown. We're on the Star LROV 5 Bravo. Pampu is ATC restriction at 15. ECFOX is 10,000. We're going to fly these as low as possible to see if we can get maximum scenery juice. So as soon as we're about 20 miles out, we will start down. Descent checklist is populated, so FMS or FWS, excuse me, recall has been checked. Landing elevation 1100 checked. FMS nav perf. That all looks good. Engine out data checked. DHMDA. Where does one set the DHMDA? Let's go to Queenstown approaches. Zulu 23. 2718. I need to hide the yoke here. Will it go up that high? It's going to be a long time to hold it. He forgot to disable unlimited fuel. I've been curious if you can join the Sim Update 3 beta, download everything, and then go back to stale, put the sounds on. A tipsy. So that's what I was thinking. But I don't want to risk it. But if one of you want to try that and report back. So what Tipsy Penguin was saying, go to Sim Update 3, download the aircraft, download the stuff you want to download, then go back to Sim Update 2. And now that it's a local download, maybe we can get the FT Sim to work on it. I've heard of people doing that with other aircraft and scenery, so I know it's possible. I just don't know if it's possible to that extent of getting the FT Sim to work. And if it is, we'll probably be throwing the ATR into the rotation, because if just for testing purposes, well, I was going to bring up the my old stream. I won't do it now, but just go back and watch my old ATR stream and just like skim through it, and you can hear the sound difference. Like the last one we did with Executive Eagle out of San Juan, the taxi sound specifically, reverse, idle, beta, all those sounds definitely much better. They're much beefier. It gives you that little extra oomph. All right, I'm going to bug the current speed. All right, I'm going to try to do this without descending down, but it will. See, even if I set like this, see how it dips down like that? That's a bug. It shouldn't do that. It should hold altitude. All right, 15,000 set. We're just going to do an IAS hold, and I'm going to bring the power off it a little bit here. Yeah, matter of fact, it's 15 or above, so I'm going to set 10 because I want to get down there and see those clouds. Or see those mountains. 10,000 set.
All right, 10,000 set. We're on IAS hold, about 200 knots. One thing that it will do is descend on you. So down we go. You need a new SSD for Sim Update 3. I'm going to see how much space it needs, and then I might be with you. I actually have a storage SSD, but I don't know if I want to put everything on that. We'll see. Just got my Wing F16 stick. Holy upgrade from X56. Can't wait to rotopetters. Nice, firefighter. That's awesome, man. Well, enjoy it. Do some Huey flying, you know? That's awesome, man. A 400 gigabytes plus. That's okay. I could do 400 gigs. I've got a 1 terabyte SSD dedicated for 2024, so I will do that. I love the ATR, especially for New Zealand regional ops, but it was just not reliable enough for me. I know, slow. I'm hoping we don't have any issues with reliability today, but I know what you mean. That's our vertical deviation flashing at us. Which is fine. I don't want to be in VNAV. That's why I'm not in VNAV, but I don't know how to make it stop. All right, DH is set. Arrival briefing is completed. Approach checklists. Seatbelts are on. Hold it there at the landing lights. Might have to uninstall P3D for 2024. Yep. I mean, if you have X-Plane 12, that's basically P3D. King Jester, what's up, man? See you over there on vertical. How's Specs doing? Hopefully you got your answer. Guys, remember, if you like the stream, if you like the ATR and want to see more of it, please do hit the like button, because the ATR has been one of the least liked aircraft when I fly it. The ATR and the F-28 are two of the least. You guys hit the like button the absolute least when I fly these two airplanes, which is very sad because I really like flying them. So if you enjoy it at all and want to see any more ATR flying, hit that thumbs up button, please. How to use auto throttle in ATR? Sam, there is no auto throttle in the ATR. There is no auto throttle, so it is manual throttle all the time. No PMDG 747, but Felis is more fun anyways. Yeah, I would say the Felis is more fun than the P3D 74 from PMDG. Definitely more fun. That Felis vibe when you run in checklists and stuff, it's like no other add-on I've flown, man. Alex Tube, I have flown the Canary Islands in the ATR. But we might, it depends. It depends on how many likes we have by the end of the stream. If we have enough likes, we might do a second short hop leg, and then if we have enough likes on the stream total, we might do another ATR stream tomorrow. It's just, you know, when I do, Delta fan, you say you enjoy all the streams. I appreciate that. But, you know, I try to kind of skew which airplanes I fly based on how many people like watching it. And as much as I like to fly it, if people don't want to watch it, I don't want to, I don't say waste my time, because, I mean, it's still fun and we still get to, you know, do our thing. But since it's become such a process to stream, you know, ever since having to do the HQ thing, and I really want to maximize all the time that I can. So if I am dedicating time away to do content, I want it to be content that the viewers want to watch. So the like button guides that content. Do the short regional Widers flight in Norway. Ooh, hey, Rail Cowgirl. So we're going to be, actually, we are going to be going to Norway. We're going to be doing Scandinavia. We haven't done any flying over in that part of the country, or excuse me, part of the world. That's coming up next. There's a really cool SAS livery for the fly-by-wire 320neo. We might do that here soon. We might have to do a mini long haul. Get over there. We'll see. Or you can just hit the subscribe button. We get to 50K subs, and then we'll go. Curious what influences your likes hardest, the plane or the route? A plane, Logo Lights. Plane for sure. The plane is the biggest influencer of the content. Huge F-28 fan here, Stormbirds. I'm a huge F-28 fan as well. It's one of the few airplanes I fly off stream on my home PC.
In your last 319 stream, where auto thrust is a thing, so no auto thrust is always scary for me. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I mixed up. Thrustset said in your last 319, showed a few comments about your new build. Yes, Thrustset, I did see it. Thanks, dude. I did see it. And we may end up going that way, Thrustset. It may be going that direction. Because I agree with you, man. You know, everyone's got something negative to say about everything. You know, that's just Google. If you Google anything, you'll find your answer. So I'm going to ignore what everyone says and probably go back to Team Green. We'll see. Turk about to get kicked. The Glazer's here. What's up? Are the physics and flight model better on X-Plane 12 compared to Microsoft 24? Akshay, that depends greatly on the aircraft that you're flying. Because some developers on 2024 have unlocked cheat codes and made it just as good, if not better. But that's not every add-on, so it varies greatly on the add-on. And hardware makes a difference too. Shakovic is absolutely correct. Hardware makes a big difference. I don't get to catch very many streams live, but love them all. Will watch and like them when I see them. I like the ones watch on replay, of course. Excellent and Gluefoo. Appreciate you, man. Which add-ons are the best? Well, in 2024, you got the Fenix, which is probably the best add-on package that you can get. It's the most complete airplane, the most complete everything. Detailed, simulated, sounds, you name it, it's got it. So Fenix, PMDG is a staple. Just Flight, all the Just Flight products, whether it's F-28, the 146, the RJs, all fantastic. Let's see, what sort of some stick out? The Dukes, if you want props, the Dukes are the best. For physics in 24, Fenix, Just Flight, PMDG. Actually, if in order, Fenix, Just Flight, Dukes, PMDG, in that order. 828 Comanche, I don't fly it. I can't say anything about it. But people do like the Comanche. Captain Sim, thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you as well, my friend. Says, I Googled that. I got a rare case of V1-itis. WebMD says it can be solved flying a 737 and X-Plane 12. Captain Simp, my man, thank you so much, dude. Appreciate the support. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Well, hopefully we can cure that for you right now, my man. Captain Tango, what's going on? Long time no see, one. Hope to meet you at FS Expo. I indeed hope to meet you as well, Captain Tango. What's going on, man? Thank you for the 36 months of support. Captain Tango in the house. All right, leveling 10,000. We'll hold it there at 10,000. I don't know why our FMS is showing off course a little bit. I think it's just struggling a tad, but it's doing okay. Here comes the turn. We'll maintain 10,000 at or above. And then, let's see, we're going to descend all the way down. We'll set a platform altitude for LRAV of 3,300. Now, VNAV path is on, and I'm going to set 3,300. We'll see what happens here. We got to watch it closely. Like Thrustset said, it does a little bit of funky stuff. All right, 3,300 is set. Now, we have a restriction at or above 10. It's magenta. It's showing that it's going to level off. All right, I'm going to bring the cruise back up here. We'll go into cockpit cam, vertical stream. Get some more thrust in there. We'll go back into notch. All right, it's leveling at 10, so it looks like it's doing the right thing. We'll see. Let's update our altimeter 29081. That's going to screw it up a tad. 29081. We'll get our landing lights, taxi lights, logo. Those are all coming on. Seatbelts, no smoking. Those are on. Ooh, we overtemp there on the notch a little bit. All right, landing lights, altimeters, cabin altitude check, procedures complete. That leaves us no active procedures. We're looking good. All right. Queenstown traffic, Air New Zealand 357, type ATR-72. We're starting the RNAV Zulu runway 23 out there at Gulf November 780 for Queenstown traffic. All right, we're starting down a little bit, 210 knots, that's fine.
Once we get down here a little bit lower, I'll bug 180. Because of Hans Hartmann logic. Leo, Mad Dog is your favorite? If we can get a sound set for the Mad Dog Lexi, then I would fly that more. I just can't. That, to me, it's so sad because I agree with you. I think the hand flying and the quirkiness of the MD-80 is so fun in of itself that I would love to fly it more, but I just can't do it with the default sounds. They are just so not what I want to hear. So I can't do it. But if we get the sound pack installed for it, I think there's supposed to be one working. Well, yeah, FT Sim sound pack, but that doesn't work in 2024, does it, Mad Dog Lexi? I couldn't get it to work. If I get the Mad Dog FT Sim sound pack to work, then yeah, for sure. But I couldn't get it to work either. It does work in 2024? Okay, well, you got me curiosity now. I may have to take a look at it. Actually, how much better is 24 compared to 2020? If 2020 is cheaper or on sale, is 24 still worth the extra buck? There's more to that than just an extra buck. What are you trying to get out of it? But yes, I think it is. I mean, 2020 is going to be phased out, whether people want to hear it or not. Microsoft is not, Adobe is not going to be supporting it forever. Everything's going to be moving to 2024 here. So I am fully on with 2024. You can see the LNAV is pretty rough here. Sounds are coming up. But you just don't get these views in 2020. Especially with the Bing map update and everything. If we were landing on 5, it would look even better because we'd fly basically downwind to Queenstown. Michael says after PMDG launches the 7.3 and 24, 2020 is dead to everyone and 24 becomes Super Sim. Yep. That's exactly what's going to happen, Michael. You're absolutely right, dude. I think that is the number one factor people still have, still flying 2020 regularly because the 737 is such a popular airplane, and the fact that it's not working on 2024, or at least not natively, you know. I think that's the biggest holdback. Will you be buying the Starship? It should release soon. The cockpit is beyond beautiful. Fetsy. I probably will, just out of support for Black Square because I love everything that they do. I don't have a huge knowledge set on the Starship. I actually know someone who flew the Starship, though. He's still a good buddy of mine. But I don't know much about the Starship at all. I do know I like CRT screens, and I think the Starship has, like, what, 12 of them? So I will pick it up for fun. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it surprises me and it becomes an airplane that I really enjoy flying. But I'll definitely pick it up, take a look at it. We'll do a couple flights in it. If anything, I just want to support Black Square because Black Square is probably one of my favorite devs on 2024. Because he's just, everything that he's done, I can't wait for his Barons, all that good stuff. So, all right, we're holding the VNAV pretty good here. Watch the speed. All right, I'm going to bug 160. Start coming back. It's the only reason you haven't completely switched is the 737. There you go, Mitchell Taylor. I agree. K6 is in the house. What's going on, buddy? Shouldn't this guy be home changing diapers? Miss V1 is in the house for that, my man. Miss V1 is GOAT status. All right, flaps 15 coming out. We'll keep walking that speed back. Walking back to about 140. I'm not sure if he's just one dev or it's a very small development group. That is for sure. I'm buying all Black Square for 24. Yeah, dude, all of it. Anything he releases, I'm going to buy. Captain McGee. Oh, you also have a good point. Once the Once the max goes to 2024, 2020 is dead to you. I think you and everybody else too, man. We forget about the iFly Max, or I do. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna try Flight Recorder. I have to, right? We have to try Flight Recorder. I want to see a replay. Oh, I don't have it installed. I forgot. I keep forgetting to install it. Chat. I keep forgetting to install Flight Recorder. New Wings, Mickey G, 48 months of support. My man, how you doing, dude? Mickey G is back from the darkness. How you doing, Mickey? Use the default one? Yeah, I don't want to crash the sim, thank you. Queenstown traffic, New Zealand 357 type ATR. We're just outside of Lanav for the RNAV 23. So that means we gotta walk. We gotta try to cinematic this as best we can here. Doing good. Hope your family's doing well. Yeah, buddy, we're doing good, man. Thanks for asking. Same to you. Hope you're all settled in on the move, enjoying that nice humidity. You missed all the naders, though. Cabin crew advised landing gear coming down. I like how slow the gear is on this. All right, landing gear is coming down. Flaps full. Or 30, I guess. This is called Gibston Valley Slow. Yeah, this is beautiful, man. We'll go back to FMS speeds. There's Outstar. We can actually keep going down on the approach. We'll stay on the VNAV path. Set 2200. We'll hand fly here in a minute. All right, landing checklist. Flaps are checked. Power management, TO. In case we got to go around. Too low speed, icing, exam, procedures complete. 114 on the speed. Oh, here we go, making the turn. Wow, what a beautiful morning. Carlito, good morning, sir. Welcome on. Wow. Okay. I know you guys think I'm just a shill for 2024, but this approach looks better than any 2020 approach I did in the Queenstown. Maybe it was my scenery at the time. This looks great. Look at the lighting on those mountains, the crispness on the mountains out there. Real life. I would say, chat, this is real life. I think we've hit real life, chat. Real life's in chat because, yeah, this is real life. The lighting on the mountains over there. Okay, we're probably about to stall it here. All right, I'm going to take control. Autopilot's off. I have control. Flight director's off. I'm just going to fly her down. It's almost making you want to boot up 24, Callie Simmer. Do it. Come on, Callie Simmer, boot it up. Runway's in sight. Is that a blimp? There's a blimp.
Approaching minimum.
Oh my gosh, there's a blimp overhead. We're getting high at approach. I love it. Whoever's in the blimp, that's awesome.
Minimum. Minimum.
All right, minimum runway in sight. Just a hair slow. One thing I did notice about this airplane, as questionable as the flight model may be in some aspects, it really trims into the notch really well. And what I mean by that is, you know when you're on speed if you are in trim. Like you can lock it in really good. And if you're not in trim, then you'll be fighting it the whole approach down. Winds at 6 knots, chat. Prepare for smash.
500.
That's the low speed alert. Oh, a little bit of a balloon there, right there.
200.
Approach speed might be a little bit slow.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Whew. Look at that airship. Look at that airship. All right, let's go ahead and get off the runway here. We got an airship above us. It stops on a dime too, yeah. I'm not sure if I was as buttery as I wanted. We'll check the landing rate on the lantern here. We'll take the crossing runway. Look at that airship. Oh, actually, we'll go right up here. And New Zealand traffic here, New Zealand 357, or excuse me, Queenstown traffic, New Zealand 357, clear of 23. Let's clean it up. Busy day here in Queenstown. Look at that guy taxiing out. All right, let's go ahead and get the landing lights, strobe lights, wing light, taxi light can stay on. Flight directors are off. Gust lock's coming on. Wow. I'm half tempted to do a second leg. We'll park over here. ATR goes to the left. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, over there. Not bad. Maybe we can spin it around on one of these. Without hitting the truck. I guess we'll go over the top of the truck. Brakes are set. Okay, I'm gonna try something. We're gonna go taxi light off. And all right, let's try to put us in hotel mode here. So I'm gonna bring you down to feather. With them both in feather, it says ready. Prop brake on. It's got it locked. And we'll kill one. See the yoke coming down. Second leg. We didn't even hit 300 likes. I don't know if we can do a second leg short of 300 likes. Look at that. Hold on. I have to go look at this thing. I have to look at this freaking airship. What is this guy doing? This is epic. Whoever this is, you gotta do this more often. This is too funny, man. On approach, we'll have the balloon. My goodness. How far is Nelson from here, Slow? How long a flight is that? We might do it. We might go to Nelson. So I'm going to try, I think for the sake of the sim, I should restart the airplane. We'll reload it. But I'm going to test trying to come out of hotel mode. So it's ready, off, this should unlock. Oh wow, it's actually unlocking. Okay, so I guess I did just have a bug. So now it's sitting in feather mode. Alright, it's still ready. Prop brake on. Latched. Alright, we'll do a full shutdown. It's about an hour flight. I'll look at it here. Hold on, let me go ahead and let's go to aircraft. We'll connect ground power. It's on. And we'll kill it. It's going to spool down. Beacon is off. We'll open up the door. Chalk it. Service door. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Queenstown. Let's see here. Let me sky vector it real quick. NZIS. What was it? NZNS. Oh, that's back up there. That's be. What about? Do any ATRs fly into? I mean, we could go back to Christchurch. 298. Do you guys want to go to Nelson? If you want to go to Nelson, we need 13 more likes. I'll tell you what. I give you 13 more likes. I'm going to go to, we'll go to Nelson. I'm going to reload NZDN. Oh, that's real short. I'm fine going to Nelson. Screw it. Let's go to Nelson. If you guys want to see it. But I do think it would be a good idea to reload the airplane. So I'm going to do that. I don't think I have NZNS scenery, though. That's the thing. Because I remember I had it. It was bugged. So I'll tell you what. Let me prepare for next leg. What is this airship doing? Jesus Christ. This is too funny. All right. I don't have a be right back screen, so I'm going to put you on the boarding screen with a 5-minute countdown. You guys did. Wow. Okay, so you hit 300 likes. Perfect. So I'm going to start a quick countdown, and we'll be right back after I hit the lav and reload the ATR. Sound like a plan? Let's do it. Let me get my timer back up and go boom, 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 boom. We'll get it ready for the next leg. So I'll put you back on the so-called boarding screen here. Nope. I'll give you some other tunes to listen to. And I'll refile us. We'll go Queenstown to Nelson. I like it. Alright. I'm reloading the sim. I'll be right back. It's you and the blimp, EVS? Nice. Alright. Like I said, I'm going to reload the sim. We'll be right back. And I'll catch you guys here in a minute. See you.
Test, 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 test. All right, all right, all right. We're getting back. We're back. Man, this song's a vibe. Wow, that song's a vibe. I like that song. Perfect Espresso. Good song. All right, the blimp is back. We are back. It looks like the ground crew turned us around here, so we're back. Oh, we can't. Wait, we can't walk through the fence? Oh my gosh, we actually have to go around to the entrance to the airport here. Blimp Boy's back, Mickey G. JetBlue, welcome to Private Pilot, my man. Glad to have you on board. Or excuse me, welcome to Commercial Pilot. Welcome back, man. 5 years as a member. Welcome back, dude. Good to see you back on board. EVS Lifestyle, welcome to Private Pilot as well. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome on. Microsoft really needs to do something with the ambient noises. Ambient noises? Yeah, they aren't the best, are they, AJ? All right, well, this is more than an hour flight, I think, so let's just go ahead and get it fired up and get out of here. We'll put it straight into hotel mode, and if it doesn't work, we're blaming thrust set, and I'm alt F4ing the entire stream. So it's off to thrust set, whether we do the second leg or not. We'll go ahead and connect ground power, please. Open the cargo and the main door as well. We'll get that loaded up. We did a crew swap here. External power's coming online. Does hotel mode work? Allegedly. So we're gonna see. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna rage quit. I did have it get my propeller stuck before, so we're gonna let it boot up and be on our way. We know we could turn this plane quick. So chip, chop, chip. Here we go. It might be kind of fun flying out of here. Let me go ahead and while that's booting up, let me pull up my sim brief. We'll unload. Let's import our new flight. And this is us, Queenstown to Nelson. I'll load that up. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. That was awesome. You guys really came through on that one. All right, departures. What do we got? What do we got, sim brief? So sim brief departures says, what does it say? The fucking 8. The frickin' 8 to Queenstown. We're doing the frickin' 8 to Queenstown to join the Bicea 3. So let's look at that one here. Where is that F? How come I don't see it? It's one of those. Oh, Frankton. All right, Frankton. Slow says, I recommend the Apnov. Let me look at both of them. Apnov 6 Bravo. Ooh. That's off the other direction. Ooh, okay. Versus, what did SimBrief want us? Oh, yeah, that's lame. Okay, so we're going with the Apnov 6 Bravo, courtesy of Slow. All right, Apnov 6 Bravo, and that'll take us out to Timjo or Salva. So let me do a little adjustment here to our actual route of flight. So it's going to bring us a little further north than I wanted to go. Let me see. Let me redo my route. We're going to redo the route. Apnov. We'll do this route and then we'll go direct. So I'm going to regenerate. And they're going to load that one. So, all right. Everything's back on. Let me clear the caution. Let's go ahead and go to flight plan. Let me re-import Apnov 5A. We're doing the 6B. Okay, back to the overhead. Fuel pumps can stay off. Let's go ahead and get the low pressure on. We'll get the emergency exit lights armed, nav lights on. We'll get the wing light on because we're going to go into hotel mode right away. So we're going to go right fuel pump on. Okay, with right fuel pump on, we're going to go prop brake on, and then we're going to go high aux pump on. It is ready. So prop brake is on, ready for hotel mode. Engage. So starting 2 in hotel mode. You need to have the aux pump started before starting the hotel mode. Yeah, that's what I did. I hit it. That's why it's ready. It's ready. And start. I don't have a problem keeping it locked. I have a problem unlocking it. If 5 things. Weight on wheels, condition lever 2 and feather, gust lock engaged, 2900 PSI in the blue system. All right. Check. We've got all those things. We are in hotel mode. With that, let's go ahead and get high flow on. We'll crank it down a little bit. That looks good. All right, so we're in hotel mode. Windshield heating could stay off, actually, so that's good. We'll come back down here. Let's clear all these out. Boom. School down normal. Boom. Final cockpit prep. Do that. Beautiful. Park brake is engaged. Emergency brake is into park. There we go. All right. All right, let's go initialize, pause and knit, GPS, sensors and knit, return, flight plan, initialize, route. Over here, we'll set the OFP, send it on in. There it is, Queenstown. We're departing off of runway 23, APNAV 6. Where are you? Why don't I have it? I guess we'll do the 5 Bravo. Tim Joe. Execute. How different is that, or is it different at all? Oh, this one's just as good. Oh, that's off the other runway, though. Wait, this has us out to QN727, Cabop, No Love, QN732, Rucksack, Belpy, Bugsa. I think I have an old nav database. I think you're right. Dugak, it's all in there. QN87, I'm just verifying. Eknov. Yeah, it's in there. So it's in there. It's the same. Cool. Checked out. That checks. As far as going into Nelson, Slow, what do you want me to do into Nelson since you're the expertise here? Going into Nelson, SimBrief has us coming down the Kanoa 1 Alpha off of Connor for 02. Do we like that? Kanoa 1 Alpha off of Connor for 02. All right, while we wait, let's go ahead and go to our perf data, perf initialization. We filed 19,000 feet, no alternate, that checks. Wait. Now we're gonna get the fuel imbalance on this one there, so we'll set fuel, we'll set payload. How off is our fuel balance gonna be? Let's run this over to the systems page of fuel. Where's the systems? Where are you at? There it is. Where's my fuel tanks? Am I going crazy here? AC bus one. Oh my gosh. Where's the fuel tanks? Oh, right here, 2723. Okay, that's fine. Beautiful. That all looks good. Okay, so we've been loaded. Fuel flow, we run on the right engine in hotel mode. That's normal. Okay, so flight plan is done. Let's go to comm menu on the main screen. Let's go to RMS 1 and let's go ahead and put in 22.8. Does it take it this way? Nope, you gotta do the whole format. 122.8, 22.8, we're squawking 2,000. Turn you on. We'll flight 357, that checks out. That all looks good. Back to the flight plan page. Winds are 220 at 6. Okay, so looking at our arrival, Nelson. Ooh. RNAV Yankee or Zulu into Nelson? RNAV Zulu for 02, mid. RNAV Yankee, they're both mid. So we'll stick with the Zulu off of Tumgo. So we'll do RNAV 02 Zulu, Kanoa 1, SNED, execute, take it out there from the TAA.
That all looks good. All right, so we're set there. We'll put out the taxi chart here for Queenstown. We'll hide this. That looks good. Top altitude, let's go ahead and scroll in 19,000. Circle land 20 after the RNAV. Beautiful, we'll do it. Is there not hundreds or thousands in the altitude window? I feel like this is excessive in hundreds of feet here. 190 is set. Magic barrel ref has been set. All right, let's run through more of this checklist here. So altimeters are set. Landing elevation is 0. Check. FMS comm nav. Fuel quantity. We got a 500 imbalance. That checks. Takeoff data and bugs. We're going to go ahead and set our takeoff trim 1.4 up. Remember, we had a slight. It's always a little bit too much. So we're going to go with 1.0 on this one. We'll call it 1.1. About 0.3 off seems to be perfect. So we're going to go 1.1. We'll confirm the takeoff data. That checks. Memo panel check. Power management and TO check. CDLs, FMS takeoff data confirmed. Trims 3 axes are set. Tail prop. Doors. Let's go ahead and close up and get out of here. So we'll go to the aircraft. We'll disconnect. Remove chocks. Close the doors. Beautiful. That is all looking good. Those have been removed. Did we actually verify our takeoff weight? There's our speeds. 111, 111, 114. Gross weight is 48.4. Let me cross-check sim brief, estimated 49.7, so just a little bit under that. That looks good. All right, cool. Doors are closed. Seatbelts and beacon are coming on. So beacon light, seatbelt sign is coming on. We turn that back off. Fuel tank pumps are coming on. And we are ready to unfeather the propeller. So let's go ahead and press hydraulic pump aux. We are ready. Hotel mode, cockpit to ground. You're clear to release prop 2. Release. Unlock light is on. Prop is spinning up. Beautiful. So we don't have to alt F4 the stream. Is there integral lights for the overhead? I actually don't know. I'll turn these on. There you go. Much better, right? All right, so we got number 2 started. We're going to go ahead and start up engine number 1. Let's go crank start B. Fuel pump is run. Here we go. Starting engine 1. Migs, what's going on, my man? We're going to make a tight right turn out of here. Prop animation really is not good in feather. It's cool in the yoke cam. You can see the prop. You can see my yoke moving as it spins up. Man, we need FT. I would go to Sim Update 3, download the ATR, go back to Sim Update 2, just to get FT Sim sounds working. I would do it, 100%. Engine stabilized, auto. Coming up top, engine start, off. Those are coming on. Why are we faulted out on the AC power? Well, maybe because it's not up to speed. It's not up to speed, that's why, or that's a bug. There we go. I think that's a bug. All right, or maybe I was too quick. We're going to go TRU is on. Check. All right, we're in high flow 29C. We are looking good. All right, coming back down here. Let's run through the rest of this. Before taxi, FWS recall, cockpit whiskey hatch is closed. CL1 and 2 auto. Anti-ice not required. TRU is on. Anti-skid, we're skipping. Flaps 15. Zippy's here. What's up, man? The prop animation on the Duke is phenomenal, Zippy. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a dev thing for sure, my man. The Duke is fantastic. Nose wheel steering is on. Before taxi, checklist is complete. All right, Queenstown traffic, New Zealand 357. We're going to taxi off the ramp going to 23, Queenstown. All right, I'm going to throw you into ND mode. Actually, no, we'll put you into map mode so we can taxi. Map, full size. Taxi lights coming on. No electronic devices are coming on. Park brake. I think that's also a bug. The animation doesn't work with the binding, if that makes sense. We're going to drop number 2 into idle. Duke mentioned $2 given. Hey, what's going on, Migs?
I miss the Duke. I know you do too. I know you do too, Migs. Thank you for the $2 Canadian, man. Don't hit that wing, Key 6. Note him. Airship around field. Is the airship still floating around? I don't see him. Wingtips are clear. Don't hit the tail on the hangar either. It's a tight spot with that GPU truck there. Queenstown traffic, New Zealand 357, type ATR-42. Going to be backtracking 23. Any traffic in the area, please advise. All right, let's go ahead and go Toga. TOGA is set. That shouldn't happen. When you go to idle reverse, it shouldn't trip your electrical stuff. I don't think. I find that interesting. Sherwin Scott? Yeah, man, it does, dude. Queenstown, this is default scenery. Oh no, why is he not in? Why do we have a 190 levitating? Now we got trolls. All right, I don't see anybody in the area. Let's go. Queenstown traffic, New Zealand 357, ATR-72, backtrack 23. All right, while we backtrack, let's go ahead and get all of our lights on. And since we're taking runway, we'll go select off.
638, push it back, stand city, Queenstown.
All right, taxi takeoff, light brakes check. FGP FMA takeoff config is checked. I guess I should actually check it. Takeoff config, normal. Flight control check. Flight controls are checked, free and correct. Gust lock is removed. So, takeoff briefing, gust lock, flight controls check, transponder TCAS is on 2000 check. What is that? Boost function as required. Airflow is coming to norm. Airflow is norm. Cabin crew advised, engine bleeds are norm, exterior lights on. Lateral left D-bar is centered. It will be. Rudder cam centered. Procedure complete. All right, let's throw you on ND. And let's change you to the way I like it, right about yonder. I wish there's no terrain mode in this, right? You can't do a terrain depiction on the ATR. Free and correct. All right, cool. We'll hide you. That's not the airship I expected, but we roll with the punches. I know it, Migs. Well, we had an airship. We're in FMS speeds. We had an airship earlier. There it is. Airship is back. You can turn it on, Zippy? It's in the ND menu system. Are you sure? ND... Train mode works, but will cause some lag when you activate it. Okay, we'll just turn it. We just won't do it then because we could see where we're going. If we were IMC, I'd say we'll throw it on. I thought it did. I thought I remember it having it. I just don't remember how to activate it. Migs, that's another player, man. It's another player. Someone's in an actual blimp. I freaking love it. In an Iveo blimp. That's great. We'll see what's going on, man. Guys, thanks for hitting the like button. 320 likes on ATR stream. You guys just made my day, chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the support. It'll be a fun little flight. It's actually going to be longer than Christchurch. Maybe we divert to Christchurch. Who knows? We'll see. We'll get up to cruise. We'll vibe. We'll play with the airplane. Hopefully the sim won't crash. It's been fun so far. It's just fun to be in something different, you know? Not the same old jetliner stuff. Not that I don't like it. I love jetliner flying. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But just mixing it up. ATR 500 black square wind. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine a black square ATR anything? Thanks, we'll see. Yeah, man. All is good, man. Kids are actually at summer camp today. Miss V1 is doing Miss V1 things at the house with the little ones. FS community is desperate for new content. ATR scratches the itch. Yeah, I kind of get that vibe too, man. I feel like everyone is kind of in that same limbo mode, you know. If, for all the 2024 fans, we all want some Boeings, we all want some other Boeing stuff. The 2020 folks are kind of in limbo because they don't know if they should go to 2024 or not, because they don't have the perf or they don't, you know. Everyone's in limbo. Everyone's got a limbo. Look at that. I'm basically, I am basically an ATR pilot. All right. My lateral FD bar isn't centered. I don't know how to center that. It should be centered, but it's not. All right. We'll nav it up. LNAV is blue. Go around to set Queenstown traffic. New Zealand 357 departing runway 23 for the overhead departure, whatever it's called. Here we go. Let's pull them up. Yoga's in chat. Here we go. Notch, notch. Brakes release. Power set. Man, I missed the FT sim. Airspeed's alive. Do a little forward pressure on the stick, on the yoke. 100 knots. Check. V1, rotate. Yeah, see, I like that trim setting. It's a little bit, it's just right. I think if we set it to 1.4, we might have close to an auto rotation. Positive rate, gear up. LNAV is armed. Oh, screenshot. VNAV. Oh, slow. This is going to be the departure, man. This is it. This is the juice that I've been waiting for my whole life. We're going to go MCT, manual speed, 160. For that F speed. So we're going to keep it at MCT here for the climb out. There's our flap speed. Flaps coming up. Nice couple boats down there too. Oh, see, flaps come up. You got to retrim. That's realistic. That's flight modeling, doing flight modeling stuff. Oh, yaw damper. It should be positive rate, gear up, yaw damper, landing lights off, or taxi light off. That's the flow that Silver uses. Won't stay in now. I guess we'll go IAS hold. UN 732, we're looking good. Wow. Sweet. I almost want to turn the autopilot on, but I don't. All right, after takeoff checklist. I think we're out of 6,000. Let's go climb thrust. All right, landing gears up, flaps up, power management is climb check, engine bleeds are on, taxi takeoff lights are off, altimeter is cross check. After takeoff check is complete. Queenstown traffic, New Zealand 357, ATR-72 at a 6.9. Departing here to the north, last call Queenstown. Now this looks interesting here on the ND here.
See ya.
I'm not sure which fix it's going to send us to next. I've got a feeling that that's incorrect. We're going to keep the right turn going though. Not quite sure what the ND is depicting. Okay, it's just, I think it's trying to do the right thing, but it's not looking 100% correct. Hans Hartman navigation TM.
Oh, AJ, you're such a hater, man. I think AJ hates on 2024 so much because deep down he wants to fly it. He just can't. Wrong. Where's my ND? There we go. Let me zoom this out a little bit more. Yeah, the navigation is supposed to be a continuous circle here, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Queenstown traffic, New Zealand 68 is departing runway 23 on the M12 3 Bravo.
Not necessarily wrong, AJ. At or above 12 for the next one. We're in outsell IIS. I don't think VNAV is working properly because the LNAV is not working properly. I think when the LNAV is not working properly, the VNAV is not going to work properly either. It's also, I have a question about this SID here. Let's go back to it. Yeah, it's supposed to be a continuous right turn here. Tell you what, let's go direct QN 817, DTO QN 817, execute, right hand turn. That'll at least get us going the right direction here. In the turn. Still got our lights on. Let's go landing lights, logo wingers off. Oh, pitching up a little bit too much, trim it back down. Man, it is a Cessna 172 with 2 engines. That's how you gotta fly this thing. Maybe even a Caravan. Mitchell Taylor, you had the same issue a couple of weeks doing the exact flight. I just ended up going vectoring and direct. Yeah, it got a little confused on that RMP departure. Now, it might just be that specific departure because we did the RMP arrival and it actually flew that just fine. So, it's still better than flying 2020. In my opinion. All right. We're going to rejoin somewhat of a nav course here. There we go. All right, now we're looking good. You say that? I had the same issue in 2020? Oh no. Do you like that old trim sound? Oh, we got a little bit choppy. We just got a 48 knot quartering tailwind just get us out of it. Look at that, whoa. We got a weather reload there for 50 knot quartering tailwind. Or is that a mountain wave? Are we flying, we're flying through a mountain wave. Look at look at that. We went from climbing to just descending almost 1,000 feet a minute. I think we hit a mountain wave there, which would make sense coming right off those mountains. Pretty much locked in it now. We'll engage the autopilot with the autopilot disengage sound upon engagement, which is very suspect. Now let's just make sure she does what she's supposed to do here. She's joining the LNAV course. Push sync our heading bug here. Look at that crosswind, 46 knots. IS hold, please. Pitch up a little bit. She's slow, but she's getting it. Any moment you'll get a Pac-Man crossing the PFD. Beautiful. Do a
Magic Barrel Ref update here. I went to the gym for the first time in almost a decade. I'm still hurting. I know that feeling, Sherwin. I know that feeling all too well, man. But hey, at least you got yourself in the gym. That's good. I need to get back too. I think you had a funky waypoint in there. Maybe. I think I have. So how do you update the nav data for this airplane? Because I looked in Navigraph and it wasn't there. It wasn't like outside the sim, and my internal sim data was up to date. So I don't know. Is there like a special way to update nav data on this airplane? Because I think I might be a revision out of date. I think my turbulence is real, Super Dill. I think my turbulence is set to real, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to straighten out the line, though, and we are going to go direct to Durin. So let's go DTO next, or excuse me, Dubon. Execute. Oh, that's awesome. Look, Queenstown's gonna be right below us, right? Yep. Engine flame out right now, you make it back, no problem. Oh, no problem at all. We have a disco up ahead, though. We'll clear that out. Boom. Where is our push standard? That was at 13,000, right? Standards are set. Resync the heading bug. Have a nice little quartering tailwind. Yeah. Do they have Lord of the Wings? I wouldn't know, Sherwin. I'd never watched that, so I don't know. Maybe they are. It uses SimNav data, so then it must be up to date. Because I thought it said it was out of date, but maybe not. Who knows? Yeah, Mitchell Taylor, I agree. The ground visuals at altitude are primo. Nope, I never watched it, man. I never saw any of the Lord of the Rings stuff. Maybe a little bit, you know, some clips here and there. Like, I know of it, I know about it. Never got into that stuff. Not my cup of tea, man. Yeah, I wasn't really into fairy tale video stuff either. All right. 1,000 feet to level off. There's our altitude alerter. What up? Wrong side. Aircraft conversion started last night. Aircraft conversions. What conversions? Oh, also, wrong side. What do you know about Key West? I saw some interesting flying to and from Key West from some select individuals. Do you know about that? You probably dispatched it. Even though the ATR was developed by Airbus, now it's owned by Airbus. It does feel quite Airbus-y. Just needs a side stick and fly-by-wire. Yeah. Is there a side stick prop? Isn't there like a new side stick that's a, or excuse me, a new prop aircraft that's a side stick? Like or maybe not. Maybe not. That ES-130 or whatever, or is that just like a fictional airplane? Wrong side. So are we? Is that going to be? Was that like a proving run? A400, yeah, the A400 is side stick. We should fly the A400M again. That was actually pretty fun. I think we should fly the A400 maybe. All right, here we go. Leveling 19,000 feet, smooth ride, seatbelt signs. You're now free to get on Facebook and Twitter and X and whatever the heck you guys watch, and Lord of the Rings. Settle into cruise here. We'll let the airspeed build up, then we'll take a look at our power setting. Really? Man, that's going to be some interesting loading, right, for getting out of there? If only we had 319s to go in and out of there. I remember I was flying a Key West flight one time and we got overfueled by like 15,000 pounds, and we had to cancel the flight because we would have to kick like 30 people off or something, and the station ops said just cancel the flight. So we ferried out on an E-170. Oh, I just hit the wrong... I hit the wrong button. Why is that still a binding? Hold on, I gotta reset everything. Alright, there we go. Reset the time. Alright. 8300 needs some love? Yeah, you know what? It's another one we haven't flown. A wet runway Key West is a 12.6 thousand pounds performance hit. Wow. Carlito, A400 into Antarctica? I like where your head's at, Carlito. Alright, we'll throw this into the cruise. That's all she's got anyway, notched out. Probably going to indicate out around 200 knots to Dubon. 23 minutes from there. This is kind of a vibe seat right here. Do these work? Yeah, but they're ugly. Alright, let's put up our map. Alright, there's our map. Lake Hadwada, Wananaka. Some cool maps that we can look at too. Alright, put our noise cancelling headphones on. Let's enjoy the cruise over to Nelson. Man, that was a sweet departure, Slow. I'm glad you recommended that. We're gonna listen to Perfect Espresso again because this song just sounds like Queenstown ATR operations. I gotta turn it down though. We're cruising. My childhood was spent flying around over southern Alps of New Zealand with your dad. Dude, that's awesome. Talk about some stunning places to fly, man. Oh yeah, there we go. I kind of like this view better. I'm surprised, Sherwin. I'm actually surprised we had that many viewers coming in to check out the ATR ops. Makes me happy. Maybe we do another one tomorrow. Always enjoy you giving my side some world of love. Ah, right, Slow. Yeah, man. Of course. I was saving New Zealand because so the original plan was to fly the A350 from Sydney to try to get it into Queenstown. I actually still have that stream scheduled. It's just unlisted right now. But I just never had time to do it. And then I wanted to fly ATR ops. I'm like, well, there's no better place to fly ATR ops than New Zealand, I don't think. I mean, one could argue you could do some fun stuff in South America, too. There'd be some fun flying out there on those little jungle strips. I'm happy with the Clouds 24. Once Azobo is done with bug fixing, I'm sure they'll make me better. Yeah, I think so, too. There's only a handful of, like, it's the real lightly scattered clouds that I think look the worst, and they're not even that bad. But, like, see, this looks phenomenal here. Look at it. No filters. No zippy filters on here. Two Badger in New Zealand. I'm heading into DFW on the Berry right now. Nice. All right, descend via the Berry 1. Whatever it is now. Is it the 1 again? ATRs are... Well, the Caribbean flying is fun, but I don't know. The views are better in other spots. I think you gotta fly the ATR in the mountains, man, so you can enjoy the terrain. Like the Caribbean has got some cool little strips, but it's just all water. Those clouds are looking real right now. No filters, just Rex. And nobody needs Rex. The Berry 3. All right, Berry 3. That sounds right. SAS Ops in Norways. That's coming up too. We're gonna do that. That's coming up. Just blasted an empty 777 off Queenstown 2-3. What a departure. Need to do more New Zealand flying. I know, Sam. We did a whole tour down here. We did a whole New Zealand, Australia tour when we hit 40K subs. So, 50K subs, I think we're going back to the EU. And I think we're going to do some cool flying as well. So we'll do this leg. I don't think we'll do the second stream tonight, though. It'd be a little bit late. We'll try to do 2 streams tomorrow, maybe 727, and maybe an ATR night flight tomorrow. We'll do that. We'll double up tomorrow. Are we ever going to reach the Emerald Isle? Ooh, maybe. Flight Sim Guy, good afternoon. You know what? It has its quirks. I've had 2, so I keep saying it has its quirks. I've flown, so I did 2 test sectors. We did 1 stream sector. This is the second stream sector. So I've given it 4 flights. In the 4 flights that I've done, I've had 2 bugs, none of which have been on stream, which is good, knock on wood. My very first attempt with the airplane, maybe it was just because I didn't restart the sim after installing it, I had a WASM crash at the gate. So I WASM'd out, restarted the sim. That hasn't been an issue. I had one other bug on one of my test sectors where I could not get the prop out of the locked position, but the engines it was giving me thrust like it was. But I haven't encountered either one of those bugs again. So it gets funky. I think resetting it, like Slow said, no, every time you do a leg, you need to reset. You need to go back to the main menu, reset the flight, start over. With that said, though, it's just fun to fly, man. It's fun to fly. I don't know why. It's so slow and just forgiving and a lumbering giant. It's just fun. Northern Canadian Rockies would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool too, Cody. That would be cool too. Absolutely, my man. So the A400 is said to be able to stop in 1,000 meters with tactical braking. Saab is 1,200 meters long. Anyone up for the challenge, Barry? I think so, Carlito. I think so, my man. Yeah, Mitchell Taylor, I think you're right. I think I should have done a restart of the sim. I think you're absolutely right. Just downloaded all the 2024 content. JJ, can you get the FT? Well, do you have the ATR? If you download the ATR and you get FT Sim working, then I might try it. But here's the problem with Sim Update 3 beta for me is once I do the beta, I say I'm on a beta version that I really like, I can't keep it, right? Because it's just they're gonna keep updating it. So no matter what happens, if they update it to one that breaks everything, now I'm subject to that. If I could go into the Sim Update 3 beta and then just not continue to update, I would do that. I am not on Steam. No, I'm on the Windows Store or whatever. Dale, I have. Absolutely. That's also on the list. Tour Day Africa and a Duke. Hold on to your seatbelts. No. You know what we need, Migs? Tour Day Africa and a Baron. In the Black Square Baron 58, dude. The Fenix doesn't work in Sim Update 3 beta? Well, that's not good. Speaking of Duke tours, when are we crossing the border? I'll tell you what, you're going to have your notifications on because I don't know if Barry's going to be able to make a notification post when he crosses the border. It might have to be a secret stream. It'll be soon. I think what we'll end up having to do is we're going to have to continue Tour de Americas during this week because next weekend I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream either because I've got, unless it's on Sunday, I got to check with my buddies, see what day we're fishing. I think we're fishing a tournament, another tournament this weekend. Tour de New Guinea and the Black Square Caravan. Yep, D-Doom. Yes, sir. Black Square's got so many cool things coming out. I can't wait. Which engine view do you guys like better? So, window right next to it, or do you like full engine, kind of looking back at it? Like so. I think I'm kind of with you, JJ. I'm normally a window guy, but I kind of like the full on the ATR for some reason. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking, Slow, is that you can't, the sideways prop isn't the best. I think if we had better modeling and like better blade dynamics around the prop, I think it would look better. But yeah, that full prop view is looking spice. Look at that one. And we don't have that frame gen bug where like the spinner was clear. BS Contacts are still trying to the Federales, I know. Yeah, it does. The prop disc needs work. So the Duke actually has a really nice prop disc modeled. If you look at it from the side and you adjust the prop, you can see it moving. I also like the aft window view in the ATR. That high wing, just seeing the heat blur coming off that, I actually really like this too. I had 2 flights in the 72-600 last week from Birmingham to Belfast and back the next day on Aer Lingus. What a great aircraft. Since then, I've been learning to fly it in the sim. Sweet, Dean. Fantastic, man. Oh, yeah, it's slow. The Majestic Q400. Yep. Yep. The Majestic Q400 prop in FSX P3D. Legit awesome. Oh my goodness. Moment of silence for the juice. Let me get my water up here, back. I accidentally had the alert box off. Rip. All right, beautiful. Finally logged my first 1.0 actual IMC today at Gateway during CFI. Nice. Double I training. Dude, I flew in over Willie yesterday. So I did a Phoenix turn yesterday, and going into Phoenix, they were coming down the Ping 1 arrival. They switched us. They said, I need you to go direct Tucson, Willie, and resume the Ping 1 or something like that. But yeah, man. That was like, what's Willie? I'm like, IWA, man. You don't know IWA? You know what? I actually got my CFII, or was it was it my double I or my CFI? I think it was my CFI initial. I got it at Mesa Gateway. That's where we had 2 of us in so it was me and my CFI partner. I did the first flight and landed in Gateway, finished up the We used to do like the hold there, the ILS approach to miss to a hold and then land. And then I got out and that was it, yeah. So I got my CFI. You did some training in Phoenix? Yeah, I did a lot of training in Phoenix, Zippy. That's where I did all my flight training. Well, the majority of my flight training. Look at the ice flows out there. I instructed out there for 4 years too. Yeah, that's why we had weather yesterday. We were in town. It's so funny, man. So we all joke about the Phoenix approach. The 1-2-3 rule with Phoenix approach. You have one cloud, 2 airplanes, a 3-hour delay. I mean, it's pretty gnarly how they overreact quite a bit with weather. It's like they don't even want you to fly through clouds in Phoenix. Phoenix less than DAB? No, I don't think so, Key 6. Daytona Beach is so clapped out, man. So clapped out, Key 6. You know this. I'm going to text you all sorts of pics when I get there. All right, man. Does it feel kind of Cessna? Does it feel kind of Cessna 172 when landing? Always have to get the nose down. Keeps on flying. In Ganado, yeah. But it's a high wing, super efficient lift aircraft. So I don't think that that's super unrealistic. And that's what I was saying. I was like, this airplane flies like a 172 or a 182. For sure. Getting ready to make a turn. Steve B, what's going on, man? In real life, you're allowed to sidestep? Yes. If so, do you need to run the numbers last second? Legal, how does it work? So Tender Aviation, we actually got asked to sidestep yesterday. We were on 2-5 left, and they asked if we want to sidestep 2-5 right. First officer was flying. He said, nah. So that's fine. We'll just stay with 2-5 left. The problem with 2-5 left to 2-5 right sidestep is it immediately puts you high because 2-5 right is closer to you. So you have less track miles to get down on the slope, so you're immediately high. So he made the call to just continue with 2-5 left. But yeah, you're absolutely able to sidestep unless there's an SOP preventing it. But as far as my operator is concerned, we can sidestep whenever we want to. It's not very common unless it's late at night. You know, if you're flying red-eye flight or super late when no one else is flying, then yeah, you might get a sidestep. You can ask for a sidestep. But the way it works for landing data, typically what we always do is we run our landing performance on the shortest runway. So some guys will run all of the runways, which is fine because, I mean, it's free. You might as well run them all if you want to. But if you have 3 parallel runways and one of them is short, if you run the data for the short runway, then you're covered for the other 2 runways because they're longer, so they're more conservative. So as long as you have the perf data for the short one, you get a last-minute sidestep, you're good to go. Been busy these last several weeks, but did you get the pics I sent you? No, I didn't. Really? Why are you sending them like they're too safe for work? What pics you sending me? Interviewed at Republic last month and got put on the wait list for classes. Since they are slam full at the moment, any advice for training in Indy? Stay away from the strip clubs, man. Other than that, you have a good time, man. Republic was a good airline to be at. At least it was. I think it's still a good group of guys. But depends on when you train. Bring warm clothes. Because Indy gets freaking cold, man. Oh, okay, Key 6. I'll take a look. What software do we use? I can't tell you, man. I can't tell you off the top of my head. I don't know. I don't remember. I know we use Aerodata for takeoff perf. And then we use a different software for landing now because we do all of our landing perf on our EFB. I'm from Texas, Eric. I'm from the South, man. Anything below 55 is freezing. Sure, when you joke, so after we passed indoc, so anytime you go to airline training, you're going to have your indoctrination course, which is going to be the first week that you basically just go over company materials, company policies. It's very boring, but it's initially how you get going, right? It's the first step of training. So once you pass indoc, you move on to the next phase of training because there's a test at the end. You got to pass the test and all this stuff. Once you pass indoc, then you go to flight training and go for type rating school. So we thought we were, we actually did something. We passed indoc. We're like, oh man, we're so good. We passed indoc. We all went partying, and one of my buddies, he got a little too close to a friend at the bar, and he got real sick, and he missed the first 4 days of type rating training. Put him behind the 8 ball. He had to do a little makeup work, but you got to be careful, man. Do you utilize the second route in case they sidestep? Not really. We'll use the secondary flight plan for engine out. Number one, that'll be the number one reason for using the secondary. It'll be engine out, single engine. Put that in the secondary if it's an abnormal one. If there's no abnormal engine out, then we might put in addition to the other runway in there. Sure. We'll always have something in there. For ATR lovers, check out GCLA NDB runway 36, real ops in the Canary Island. Great fun. Turn on. Oh, nice. All right. Canary Islands, huh? All right, Key 6. I'll have to check it out, man. I'll check it out. All right, we're getting ready to make the turn. Oh, yeah. Let's go to outside view for the turn. Oh, that looks good. What time is it, chat? We've been live 2:51. Where did my phone go? There it is. All right. Canary Islands are the juice mix. Maybe we should go out there. V1 taught me to fly the 320 in the early days of YouTube at Seattle. Oh, wow. Now to see this and learn the ATR, thank you, V1 Sim. Dean. Man, now you're going back. Going back in time. Oh, wow. Look at our ortho got unloaded there or something. Reload. Oh, here's the turn. Dean, Seattle. So it's funny. I was actually thinking my very first live stream. I looked it up. It was my very first live stream was a Seattle check ride in the Tolis, I believe. Or were we in the Flight Factory? Maybe we were in the Flight Factory. I think we were in the Flight Factory. Tolis wasn't out yet. Didn't exist yet. And so I was thinking maybe I should do a first stream remastered. Do the same exact profile, the same exact stream, but in 2024 in the Fenix 320. Just for fun. My first ever stream remastered. That was over 6 years ago. I got to find the date of that, the exact date of that first stream. And then maybe do it on the anniversary. It might be pretty close. It might be pretty close to right now, actually. So, because I've been streaming for 6 years. Let me see. Don't want to get all jacked up here. Let me see if I can find the exact date of that. So live streams. It would be 717 of them. Make Dean green, I say. I wish I could, man. That's one thing I wish I could do on YouTube is gift a membership to certain individuals. Like if I could right-click on your main and then right-click on your name and gift you that membership. So that check ride stream is not even published anymore. I have a stream from Vegas to Phoenix. Wow. Yeah, my oldest stream isn't even published anymore. So I gotta, hold on. Let me go into my creator studio and try to find the date on it. They don't show on the list? Yeah, they don't show on the list anymore. I think I pulled a lot of those super old ones down because inevitably, you know, someone would comment on something that was 6 years old and be like, well, you didn't do this on this. I'm like, okay, well, that wasn't even thought about being modeled yet from the developer, so that's why. Date, here we go. First ever live stream. June 7th. June 7th. 2019.
Disappears here. I know there's a slight.
Nope, that's not even it. Okay, no, that is my first live stream. My first video, hold on, first video. That's what it is. My oldest video in Seattle was November 7th, 2018. November 7th, 2018. So I did that Flight Factor check ride. That was on December 5th of 2018. All right, so maybe we'll do that video remastered, but we should remaster my first ever live June 7th, 2019. So I made videos for about 8 months or so, 6, 7, 8 months, about 8 months, and then I got into the streaming game. Cool. That's in 5 days. 2019, and we're going to hear the fresh berry of Bel Air. I mean, that's crazy when you think about it, man. Time flies, man. Time flies. All right, we're not going all the way out here. We're going to go direct to Kavut. Execute. "2019 feels like 2 years ago." Yep. Yeah. Mickey G says, "I still remember I subscribed Christmas of 2019. That's about as early as it gets, Mickey G. That's about as early as it gets. Migs, I saw you gifted a membership to Joe Sardo. Migs, thank you, man. Appreciate the gifted sub, dude. Appreciate you. What plane do I fly IRL? I fly the Airbus. The Airbus. The Airbus. Viva Airbus. Shakovic, I got talked into a second leg, and I'm loving it, man. I freaking love the ATR. And look, the chat loves it. We have more likes than viewers on an ATR stream. That might be the first. Literally, that might be the first that's ever happened on an ATR stream. So thank you all for the support. And I
I think we'll do a ATR stream tomorrow evening. I'm going to shoot for 727 normal stream time, and then maybe ATR PM. Or we maybe fly A400 in the, you know, normal A400 and then ATR. I don't know. Stick with the turboprops. I don't know. I'm getting old, says Vodka. 55 months as a member. Dang, you are. 55 months. Good night. I subscribe from your saline supercharger video. 7.5 PSI video. Trilogy. 10 aviation. For real? Did you really, dude? That's awesome, man. Yeah, that was when I upgraded the pulley to 7.5 PSI for that supercharger. Gangster, man. Thank you for the support, Tender. I'm telling you, the super secret silent ATR fan club is real. Canadian. Migs with the 5 Canadian. Dude, I think you're right. I think you're right, Migs. I appreciate you, man. Okay, so now I got to figure out, are there any cool third-party liveries for 2024 that work? I don't know if liveries work in 24, though, because the way it's streamed. We're going to have to figure that out. Because maybe we do some ATRing in Canada. You know, go from like those little islands out there towards Vancouver. Was watching during COVID and became a member shortly after. Been a journey. Paxman, 50 months. Thank you, dude. Appreciate the support. Yeah, COVID was a crazy year, man. That's where I just kind of doubled down into YouTube, and everyone else was doing the same thing. A400 is A400M. Yeah, that's what I mean, Alexander. D-Doom says, I really miss Barry. We're getting back to Barry. Don't you worry. Silent ATR with the bows. There you go. I think I was watching the Flight Factor 320 videos for about a year before I knew you live streamed. Yeah. Well, so Vodka, I was making those videos before I streamed. So those videos were I started, the first upload was in November of 2018. So I was uploading videos for about 7-8 months, and then my first live stream was in June of 19. So that's it's 2025 June. That's 5 years. So it's almost 6 years. Almost 6 years to the week. It's crazy. ATR in Canada feels wrong. Should be a dash. Yeah, that's true, isn't it? It should be a dash. There's ATR liveries on the marketplace. Ew. Payware probably too. Why do they even allow them to charge for liveries? ATR in Scotland, that's a point. Scotland and Norway. Okay, how long? I'm trying to think how we can get over there. I got to look at my map. Because I want to go from like east coast of Canada to what's the Iceland or Greenland, and then from there stay on that northeast track over to Europe, because we're getting close to the Euro tour. That's coming up at 50k subs. We'll see. Isle of Man would be cool. Yeah, that would be great. Remember when Flight Factor banned you on the X-Plane forums? I sure do. The Duke Transatlantic. Oh my gosh, could you? That would be so funny to try to plan a Duke flight from, like, just a transatlantic Duke flight, take advantage of the winds and just sip on, 55% power. Oh my gosh. Talk about a stress test for the PC. Let that sucker run for 6-7 hours. Southeast Asia. We did a little bit, Russ D. We did the Asia Pacific tour, but I'm not happy with it because the Asia Pacific tour was before 2020, before I was flying 2020, and it was X-Plane, and there wasn't a ton of sceneries in X-Plane, and it just, I feel like I didn't do it justice. But ironically, it's one of my favorite countdown themes is the Asia Pacific countdown theme from Jeremy Harvey. So we might have to revisit Asia Pacific tour as well.
A train LOD is probably close to 300 up at altitude now, yeah. Maybe 250. Oh, yeah. Rixie to Japan. Yeah. Canadian North? Do they have an ATR, Bluebird? Shanghai, yeah. Shanghai scenery was awesome. That's crazy. I remember that Shanghai stream. We flew it, and then I went to the airport and had to fly to Chicago. I was on reserve, and scheduling called me when we were flying to Shanghai, I believe. LA to Honolulu, Felis, that was a great one. Yeah, the Pan Am. That was before the Felis released, I believe. I think that was still pre-release Felis. See, am I going to have time for tri-tip tonight, or are we doing skirt stakes? 5:04. Ooh, it'll be close. ATR 42-500 and a freighter. Interesting, Bluebird. I'm going to look at the liveries. I'm going to see what I can cook up with liveries for the ATR. Go around in the Tollus in Korea, yeah. You remember the fuel dump stream in the A340-600? Your roast has 2 hours left? Nice. An Ireland, Scotland, Norway 2-leg ATR tour would be incredible. Migs, I'm going to look into that, man. We'll see. I like the... because we haven't done much flying up there at all. So we may have to look into that. I feel like we're burning a lot of gas. 7, 10. No, we still have 4,000 on board. 1,400. We're looking good. We're getting close to TOD, though. About 50 miles out. Then we're going to start down. Halifax to Isle of Man by way of Greenland and Iceland. In a Duke, you say? In a turbine Duke? I'm getting the itch to fly the turbine Duke again. I kind of want to rip that PT6 up to altitude. I'm getting the itch for the turbine Duke again. Cap terrain on ND. How do you put terrain on ND? People say it lags out, so I'm not going to mess with it. The clouds today, look, these are some of the... Azobo has been cooking with these clouds today. Look at these clouds. Normally, it's this type of cloud layer that's not good. Even these high altitude ones look fluffy. I mean, they're so white and just crisp. Man. It's basically real life today. It's nice when you don't have to stage a descent. Yeah, I know, right? Just pull the power back and dive it down. I'm missing that turbine Duke. Rocky Mountain Ops, Salt Lake, or Denver? We do a lot of those. We do Salt. I don't like Salt Lake because I don't have a good scenery for it. I got to find a good scenery for it. I think I'll have to hit up Turk. Denver, I just don't like Denver in real life. It's such a pain to fly in and out of. At least I think so. From a pilot standpoint, because there's 427 different runways to choose from, and you never know which one they're going to put you on, and then they change you, and then it changes the star, and then you got to change this and that. And it's always bumpy, and it's always cold. So I don't like Denver in the real world, and I don't like it in sim world either. The cirrus clouds need a bit more texture, like the real high wispy ones, yeah. There's definitely always room for improvement, but where I'm seeing improvement is in this, because normally you can kind of see out there they look a little bit doo-doo-y, but up close they're looking really good. Looking really good. Another flight in a very cold place just to watch the crazy deep simulation on startup like we were in Alaska with the Duke. How fun was that, Migs? That we had basically our startup was locked out. Running the battery down. We cooked our starter. That was epic. That was epic. Flying into Vega with the ATR is great fun. Just a bit of a slog to fly as it's quite isolated. Yeah.
I could see that. You love Denver and SimWorld? Well, maybe I needed better Denver scenery then too. Pack Sim for Salt Lake, that's what it is. Okay, yeah, Pack Sim. I'll have to look at the Pack Sim for 2024. Shakovic, man, flying through Alaska in the Duke was amazing. Those first 3 streams were amazing. I think it's going to get even more amazing. I mean, California, coming down the California coast was cool, but I mean, we've all seen it. We've all done that. But now we're getting into Mexico and the Duke. I've got some fun things planned. Heck, we might do it tomorrow. If I wasn't hungry and wanted to do tri-tip tonight, I would probably do Tour de Americas tonight. But I want to get some food. Maybe if I'm motivated enough, you think we can triple stream it tomorrow? We could do 727, ATR, then Duke at night. Mexico at night. Well, that wouldn't be very cool because we're going to be flying over the middle of the desert at night. It would just be black screen, so we don't want to do that. We need to do the Duke. We need to do Tour de Americas at sun early or late afternoon, so we can get the sunset over the desert. I love morning flights. I love sunset flights. I love jungles. I love all this stuff. In my opinion, right now, the way the color palette is set up in 2024, there is nothing more visually stunning than being over the desert in sunset and going into blue hour over the desert when everything is brown. If you're flying to the coastline, that's cool too. But for some reason, the sky colors and the desert texturing is awesome right now in 2024. Absolutely love it. So that's what we got to do. Sunset into Mexico with the Tour de Americas. Yeah, Phoenix, Twilight, same thing back. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, and if you can throw in some weather in the desert, it's even more incredible. The most incredible that you can get is weather with, and what I mean, not like a hard overcast, but cumulonimbus, maybe some rain showers moving through the area, blue hour into sunset sunset into blue hour over the desert. That's the best possible view. I did a test flight in the CJ4, and I was flying from Sedona to Phoenix Sky Harbor just to make sure I had all my bindings. And the real world weather had the thunderstorms, just isolated thunderstorms moving through the area. So you had those clouds and everything. With the sun setting, it was just so stunning. Second page nav for terrain. So that's going to be nav ND overlay. Here we go. There we go. So we got weather on it right now. Thank you. I forgot all about that. Do I throw terrain on it? Oh man, if you crash my sim, I'd be so pissed. It just lagged out hard. What's happening? I knew I shouldn't have freaking done that. You can go in timeout for 24 hours. All right, it's back. It's back. All right, we're not doing that again. Yeah, we're not. We are not doing that. Go back to calm. Never touch that button again. Fucking saboteurs. I knew you were a saboteur. I could just tell by the way you were messaging me. You're lucky I didn't ban you. The WASM gods have spared us. I think we're okay. Yeah, we're okay so far. All right. Whew. This is why I'm never listening to chat again. We're almost there. I'm about to start down. Matter of fact, I should start looking at the descent. Chat told me not to. I know. We got a saboteur, vodka. Saboteur trying to get me to press the lag out button. All right. In today's highlight, buttholes were clinched. TOD's coming up in 20 miles. We got to be covered at 8,000. So 19 minus 8 is 11 times 3 is 33. I suck at flying, so let's round it up to 40. 40 miles from Kivat, we shall start down. We are 55 miles out. Wonderful. Just listen to the tour day insert. Geographic region here. Suggestion, that's all you need, really. True. Oh my gosh, heavy metal aviation. I know, dude. Majestic Q400, proper airliner at Microsoft. I can't wait. It looks like it's a long ways out, though. I mean, they had problems with the modeling. I think their lead modeler left, right? So their lead, the guy that did all the modeling, left, and that slowed it down. But it's still working. The Majestic folks, Majestic guy was in the chat a couple times, so I think he's stopped by the channel every now and then. Matter of fact, he stopped by the channel a long time ago and said that he's working on a 2024. Wish I'd seen this earlier. I fly this thing IRL. Ross, you do? Nice, man. I could have used you earlier. I definitely don't. You don't need to go to SNED. TUMGO, direct in, IAF. Let's do it. That's what I was thinking, too. TUMGO, direct to IAF, execute. 3,600 feet. We'll still start down here soon. Apparently, we're eventually getting the entire Dash 8 fleet from Majestic. That's what I heard. Eastern T3. That's what I heard. I don't know. I like the way this airplane rolls. It's just like from that trailing wing view, I just feel like we're in a big 172. Just a lumbering roll, slow to the left, slow to the right. Straight wing roll, yeah. That's exactly. Here's an in-op sticker for the terrain page. Thank you, JJ. I should put an in-op sticker on like my FCU up here. Actually, where is my in-op stickers? Hold on. Yeah, so if you're on the flight deck cam, I'm gonna put an in-op sticker on the FCU right now. A real world one. There you go. I got a real world in-op sticker. All right. Let's think about this descent. So, as far as situations go, we're on the RNAV, right? Yes, we are on the RNAV. 02Z. It'll be visual. Weather 200 at 5. All right. 1015 in the barrow. Let's go ahead and set 10,000 feet. Now, this is a bug, right? This should not, there's no way this should descend out of altitude hold mode. I'm just changing the altitude. Or is that correct? Like, I'm not sure. There's a bug with which binding you use? Really? Yeah, see how it's trickling down? Alright, so I'm going to go a vertical speed to 1,000 feet per minute here. We'll catch up to our speed, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to an IAS. It's been there from the beginning? Oh, so it depends on the binding, you say, Vodka? Alright, well, let me know which binding it should be, and I can change it. I think I remember you telling me that. Or I think I remember us dealing with that in Yellow Sim. Because we flew the ATR quite a lot.
in Yellow Sim. After I got used to it, we did like a ATR week because we had the Bruners. Look at flying into Wellington. Oh yeah. I do know Wellington, Vaughn. Yeah, we'll have to do another Wellington. Now that I'm more confident in the ATR after today, more confident with it being in 2024. I think we're going to see more of it now because I think I'm going to do some more flying with. There we go. IIS hold. I'm going to bring some power back. And it should pitch to maintain 230 knots. All right, let's go ahead. Turn your cell phones off. Get your seatbelts on. Turn the music off. Yeah, we did the VNAV path. So we did the VNAV path on the last approach vodka, and it worked great. We flew the RNP down into Queenstown just fine. So now I'm just messing around with IIS mode and stuff. Gives me a little bit more things to do. We'll come down here. We'll go to the serve page. We'll go TCAS. No ND overlay. We'll put you in below mode. Back to COM 22.8. Just prepare to take 3 business days to open the keyboard binding. Yeah, that is the... Okay, so for everybody that dogs on 2024 and say that you don't like the sim even though you don't have it, I can agree with you that one of the most annoying things, and I don't even... To be brutally honest, now is not the time to download 2024 and get into it because your control bindings will literally take you 3 days to do. Because right now there's a problem in Sim Update 2 when you go to select a profile or you go to select a piece of hardware to change the profile or to change a binding, it takes, no joke, probably 60 seconds to load it up every click you make. So if you bind one key, if you hit, like, say I want to bind this button, you press it, wait 60 seconds. The options pop up, you bind it. Okay, now I want to bind gear down. Okay, so now you got to hit the G key and it's going to take 60 seconds. It'll bring up gear down, then you can bind it. You cannot bind full profiles right now in Sim Update 2 because of the input lag. It's so bad. It's atrocious. Like, I'm getting frustrated just thinking about it, and I'm not even binding anything. It took me 5 minutes to just select 2 profiles. I already had them bound, but it was a new livery, so you had to select a new profile. It took me 5 minutes to select 2 different profiles. XP's in the house. What's going on, buddy? XP, listen, I seen you fly in 2024. I saw you fly in 2024 XP-72. I think XP's converted now. So, XP, give it to me straight. 2020 or 2024? If you didn't have the profile update bug. It'll take 3 months to set up profiles. Yeah, it will. Don't even attempt to set up profiles right now. But I saw XP having fun in 2024, flying the A300. He was doing some aerial survey flying. I'm going to go ahead and just select a manual speed here. Oh, he retracted it? What did he say? What did he say? I was looking at my altitude window. What did he say, Vodka? 2014 all the way. Yeah, Russ is probably correct. Join the beta to Sim Update 3. Set up your profiles and then go back. Mitchell Taylor, apparently that's coming in 2020, or excuse me, in the Sim Update 3. Microsoft 2014 was so good you could bind controls with a sec. Dude, FSX, there was never control binding lag. There was never, you had replay cam, you had tower cam, you had, you had built-in replay, you had tower cam, flyby cam, spot cam, cinematic cam. There is a lot. It's funny because you actually had a lot more in FSX than we do in 2024 in terms of user stuff like that. Let's just see if we can get on the VNAV path down to 36. We're hovering on it. 36 is set. We're on the VNAV path. All right, descent checklist. FWS recall landing elevation 0 check. FMS nav perf is set and check. Q and H, we're going to just leave it off right now. And arrival briefing is complete. Leaves us on the approach checklist. Seatbelt sign is on. Landing lights, we'll get those right now. Boom, 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 boom. Altimeter is at 13 thou, which is past now. Magic barrel ref key has been pressed. Beautiful. .3001 is set. For the MDA, I'm just gonna set a 200-foot alert height because I don't want to sit here and hold it for. Well, that's gonna take forever. We'll just set 220 MDA for an alert. Barrel minimums are 490. Okay, well now that I know what they are, I guess I'll just. I guess we'll put them in now. All right, barrel min set 490. And we're going to go to takeoff. All right. We're getting there. Let's go to vertical cruise over on the vertical cruise cam. Nelson traffic, New Zealand 357 type ATR-72. We're at a 6,400 feet, about 20 miles to the south, inbound for the RNAV runway 02, Nelson traffic. So we're going to have to circle to 20, huh? If you asked everyone in 2004, they would have thought we'd all have online shared cockpit by 2010. Yeah. True. Man, I'm still waiting on JJ Stevens to get back to me and tell me you can go to Sim Update 3 Beta, download the ATR, go back to Sim Update 2 Stable, and get FT Sim Sounds working. Circling minimums are 690. What are we going to do now, Slow? What are we going to do? Crisis averted. All right, 690 set. We're pro pilots now. It's come quite a ways in just a few months, though. Remember the Quasars we had for... oh, my... Yes. Oh, Migs. The release day was insane, man. It was insane. I was very fortunate because there was a lot of people that couldn't even fly for hours. You know, we actually got in, but it wasn't anything I did. It was because of the chat. You guys told me what to not do and, like, don't go back or don't do this. So y'all actually saved me. We were able to get in and experience it. But, yeah, it was... that was a long stream. It was like a 10-hour stream, but it was a cluster. Power management, selector goes to TO at gear down. Literally all it does is arm the ATPCS with the autofill. Oh, okay, thanks, Ross. All right. So I feel like we shouldn't hear that change in RPM, right? Because the power is set. I might get a mid-power range there. So going from TO to cruise. Oh, man, we got a real ATR pilot watching. Now I'm nervous. Ross, go watch, like, go do something else, man. You don't need to watch this. 97% gang for the win on release day for 2024. Yeah, that's true, XP. Yeah, that's right. I remember at one point, after I got booted out of 2024, I descended... we loaded up 2020. I'm going to set 1500. We're just going to do a 1500 foot go around, or not go around, circle. I booted up 2020 in the CJ4, and then we we had the loading screen on the in-flight entertainment of the CJ4. I thought that was pretty funny. All right, let's get serious on this now. What is our approach speed? If I go to perf landing VAP 110, really? I feel like we got extra slow on the I don't know if it calculates those correctly. I'm gonna bug 160 here. 160 is bugged. Once we get a line with the approach, we'll just go into heading mode. Next time you fly, give me a nat and I'll tag in. All right, Ross. All right, I guess we are not descending. We are not. We are stuck in altitude hold mode. Okay. In that case, heading select. Yeah, something, I think you're right, Vodka. We got to fix this binding because it does all kinds of weird things. All right, now we're IAS hold down to 1500. We're on a heading. There's Nelson. Nelson traffic, New Zealand 357 is joining an extended downwind right down in for 20. All right, sounds are coming up. Automatics off. Let's hand fly. Oh, I should have ran the checklist before I did that. Crew gear, flaps, power management, exterior lights. All right, don't let me forget all that stuff, okay? Here we go. I'm going to bug 112. Or actually, I'll just bug about 140 for now. I'll turn the flight director off. Is there a bird? I don't think there's a bird in this. Like a flight path vector? Do a Magic Bear ref update. There's Nelson off the right. Flying the ATR like a 320. Listen, Vodka. Don't be hating me. Hating on me now. I feel like I could, can I like, there you go, put you on something that's not flashing at me. Let's just do that. And can I change the course to be runway heading? I sure can. Well, that's going to take ages. I feel like I'm going to break my Bravo trying to twist that course line around. Why do they make it so slow? Is it 200? I hope so. A little bit high. All right, power's coming back, gear's coming down. Power management to TO. Flaps 15. Nice little balloon there. And like I said, we'll bug our speed. Start to turn now. Speed warning, speed warning. Nelson traffic, New Zealand 357, turning final runway 20. Speed warning, speed warning, speed warning. Yaw dampers off. Thank you. Overshooting here a little bit. It just feels wrong adding power in the descent.
Approaching minimum.
Runway's inside. A little bit high, correcting. I'm going to bug like 117.
Minimum. Minimum.
Nelson traffic, New Zealand 257 on final 20.
$500.
Our landing check is complete. Everything's looking good.
$200. $100. $50. $40. $30. $20. $10.
Spoilers. No spoilers. No reverse green. We almost smashed it. We almost smashed it. We almost smashed it, but we got her down. That was right on center line, chat. Look at that Air New Zealand 350 over there. All right. Oh, I was on the other monitor trying to get my tiller on. All right, we're clearing. Let's go. Flaps are coming up. Nelson traffic New Zealand 357 clear of runway 20. Man, I missed the FT sim sounds just for that beta transition. When was the last time you flew the 330? It's been a hot minute. Been a hot minute. Get Ross on for a collab one day. The ATR is close to my heart on the Jersey UK run. Might have to, man. Might have to. It is such a tight tail clearance. Anything about 5.5 degrees is a tail strike. Uh-oh. Did we? We didn't tail strike though, did we? But I do know you don't have a whole lot of room there on this long boy. It's like I have to fight the Airbus flare. So you see me like not trying not to flare it at 30, 40 feet. And then I get down and I panic and I want to pull back, but then I don't I don't want to pull back too hard, hit the tail. It's very niche. You gotta really you gotta niche it. All right, let's go pro ATR pilot, the Feather 1. Now that should, yeah, the feather animation is pretty terrible. Oops, skid the nose wheel out. Oh, this guy's actually marshalling. Let's go over to this guy. Look at him. We're not going to follow the lines in the pavement. We're just going to follow this marshaller. He hasn't given me any lateral directions. Are we just going to run him over? Is he going to tell me to stop? I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable with our distance between the truck and the propeller, sir. Yeah, I don't think he knows where to stop. He's legally blind. All right, brakes are set. I tell you what. So we're gonna go prop brake on. It's ready. Oh, I need a feather. Oh, dang it! Did I just damage it? Because it should have been in feather. Oh yeah, we damaged it. So hotel mode is on too. Yeah, that was not correct. Don't do that. That's coming down. Taxi light's coming off. Beacon light can come off because that's stopping the spin. And let's go to aircraft ground power. Connected. Cut off. I feel like that shouldn't happen. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, we don't have any replays, unfortunately, but we'll chalk it, we'll prop it, we'll open the doors. I enjoyed that. Look at this guy. Look at this. Wax on, he's waxing the nose cone. He's waxing the nose cone. All right. We're going to leave it here. All right, y'all. This was a lot of fun. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Man, over 400 likes on an ATR stream. That's got to be a new, some sort of new record for the channel for sure. I'll have to look it up. But I had a lot of fun. I think this was kind of a proving run for the stream because I wasn't quite sure how this airplane was going to handle in 24. But it actually handled flawlessly. I mean, we had a couple little weird things with the altitude and all that, but I think it was great. So we'll fly it again tomorrow, most likely. We'd probably be in the 727 as well, unless we're in the E-Jet, maybe, allegedly. Who knows? We'll see. Got a lot more content coming at you this week. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, make sure your notifications are on, subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for the support. We'll see you on the next one. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I'm V1. See ya!